for the Black Baldini, aka Raymond Capone, is my man Killer B. Killer B is on the boards today. Thank you, Killer B, for coming in and helping the brother out. I got a special guest on his way in. My homeboy DJ Sean Banks is be in the building in a minute. He's in the parking lot trying to figure out how to get in the building because, you know, we in the cut. Damn, I guess I could put my headphones on. Oh. So listen. Oh, all right, we got some music. We're going to play a little music as we start off the day. And then we're going to come back and talk a little bit, sip a little bit, and talk a little shit. Y'all know what it is. It's the Buckeye Underground Show.
Jake, you got to play the new rave.
Only one that's better you better than your ex. I'ma fuck you better than the next. Only one that's better than the rest. Swear to God, you gon' need a rest. Let me lay your body down. Ooh shit is the sound that you gon' be making. I'ma leave that body shaking. Said it's fine for the taking. I'ma leave that booty aching. Have a problem. Yeah. He's back. King Tub, baby. Over. I got some niggas that I used to call my brothers. I should've listened to my mother. That's my fault, though. You feel me?
Hot on the beat.
I got some niggas I can't even call my brothers. I should've took my mom's advice and listened to my mother. Fell out with niggas that I talk to on a daily. Niggas changed that made me change, but now these niggas hate me. I got some niggas I can't even call my brothers. I should've took my mom's advice and listened to my mother. Fell out with niggas that I talk to on a daily. Niggas changed that made me change, but now these niggas hate me. This shit so crazy, niggas changing for no reason. It's like we in a war zone if your battle left you bleeding. That fake love, y'all can keep it. These niggas think I don't see it. Loyalty and respect the only things that is needed. These niggas tripping, you talking but they don't listen. They palms get the itching and niggas start acting different. Let them act different, I swear to God I ain't tripping. Let a nigga get the switch and I treat him like he ain't living. It be the niggas that's supposed to be your brothers. The same ones that say fuck you be the same ones that they love you. The same ones supposed to have your back or put the fucking knife in it. Damn, this how your life finished. Damn, this how your night ended. Niggas snakes, I don't like niggas. Guess we living two different lives. Mine real, yours a lie. I don't even know why I tried. Niggas switch and put a skirt on them. Closed casket, no fucking way. The shit I gotta do to these niggas when they wanna turn to fucking snakes. I got some niggas I can't even call my brothers. I should've took my mom's advice and listened to my mother. Fell out with niggas that I talk to on a daily. Niggas changed that made me change, but now these niggas hate me. I got some niggas I can't even call my brothers. I should've took my mom's advice and listened to my mother. Fell out with niggas that I talk to on a daily. Niggas changed that made me change, but now these niggas hate me. Obviously these niggas fucking changing for no reason. Had to put my heart on ice to help with all the bleeding. And I think I am the last of a fucking dying breed, man. Snakes no longer stay in grass, these snakes be in the streets, man. Watch out who you call your brothers, man, these niggas fleas, man. Turn me to a demon, all these niggas switching up. Gotta keep my shoes tied to keep my ass from tripping up. Gotta keep the pippin' tucked, pick and roll, you make a move. Jordan coming from the wing, watch out his 23 shoe. And I am cut from a different cloth from these niggas. I was running for some niggas that wouldn't walk with me, nigga. Breaking bread with some niggas that wouldn't break bread back. If I eat, my nigga eat, but they ain't live by that. My loyalty running deep, but they ain't built like that. And I got counted out so many times, but bounce right back. Niggas folded when I needed them the most, so they gon' watch from the stands as I propose a toast.
They said I'm a problem, ain't can't solve it. Pull up and hop out, I caught me a body. We down for a murder, don't know who you heard of. Don't need your stick, I keep me a burner. I don't need no bitch to run me a serve, cause I don't run track and I do not jump hurdles. All of my soldiers, they stand at attention. These niggas want bread, wanna die by these bitches. Niggas want bread, wanna die by these bitches. Whole family crying, my clips is extended. Shoot at the ops, block on your pops. These bitches ain't loyal, you need to stop. Busting out windows, I'm letting off shots. She hoe ain't no keeper, block her and delete her. She told you she love you, act like you believe her. She fucking for for money, you broke and mistreated. Guess homie a little bitch, I don't need her. I just come through the fucker and feed her. You and your feelings the type they gon' beat her. These niggas don't fit, laid up with this bitch. How they show hoe, but she fucking the kid. Don't owe you no loyalty, why would you trip? If that's your hoe, she would act like a bitch. Niggas gon' fold when I pop in my shit. They said I'm a problem, ain't can't solve it. Pull up and hop out, I caught me about it. We down for a murder, don't know who you heard of. Don't need your stick, I keep me a burner. I don't need no bitch to run me a circle. Cause I don't run track and I do not jump hurdles. All of my soldiers, they stand at attention. These niggas won't breathe, wanna die by these bitches. These niggas won't breathe, these niggas gon' bleed. Throw out they whole like she fucking with me. Tossing and turning, you can't get no sleep. Fuck how you feel on my gang shit creep. I'm giving lessons whenever I speak. Glock says don't jump for fucking with me. Beat on your bitch, but you hide it from me. And when I pull up, keep that shit in the streets. Letting off shots, but you niggas police. Won't tell the judge and the jury on me. My pockets on blue, but I'm fucking for free. Get to this money, I'm ripping these beats. All in your crib, I'm all in your sheets. All in the guts, you know she stuck. But I'm a thug, I don't give a fuck. You ready for what? Hope you niggas pull up. They said I'm a problem, ain't can't solve it. Pull up and hop out, I caught me about it. We down for a murder, don't know who you heard of. Don't need your stick, I keep me a burner. I don't need no bitch to run me in circles. I don't run track and I do not jump hurdles. All of my soldiers, they stand at attention. These niggas want bread, wanna die by these bitches. They said I'm a problem, ain't can't solve it. Pull up and hop out, I caught me about it. We down for a murder, don't know who you heard of. Don't need your stick, I keep me a burner. I don't need no bitch to run me in circles. I don't run track and I do not jump hurdles. All of my soldiers, they stand at attention. These niggas want bread, wanna die by these bitches. They said I'm a problem, ain't can't solve it. Pull up and hop out, I caught me about it. Down for a murder, don't know who you heard of. Don't need your stick, I keep me a burner. I don't need no bitch to run me in circles. I don't run track and I do not jump hurdles. All of my soldiers, they stand at attention. These niggas want bread, wanna die by these bitches. They said I'm a problem, ain't can't solve it. Pull up and hop out, I caught me about it. We down for a murder, don't know who you heard of. Don't need your stick, I keep me a burner. I don't need no bitch to run me in circles. I don't run track and I do not jump hurdles. All of my soldiers, they stand at attention. These niggas want bread, wanna die by these bitches.
Who do you love? Are you for sure?
Screaming out like, who do you love? No IG. With all of these bros, I swear one of y'all coming home. Yeah. John Wall, I'm finna flex. If I'm with your bitch, then I'm finna sex. I don't apologize for nothing in the past. Bad boy, I'm puffy cones in the flesh. Like, oh no. DJ knocking that new joint. Molly in a drink, now she tryna fuck. Shorty face down and the bottom's up. Loud in the air and the bottom's up. Like way up. See, I'm a real nigga, I don't chase up. Throw a couple dollars for a fast break. Get a 1-2, now that's a layup. Hater.
Who do you love? Are you for sure?
Is it me?
Who do you love?
Yeah.
Are you for sure?
Tell me, is it
Who
me,
do you
girl?
love? Are you for sure?
Do you love?
Who do you love?
Yeah.
Are you for sure?
I don't got a problem being friends with you. Long as you got plans to bring your friends with you. Couldn't give a fuck if your man's with you. Girl, why you acting like an amateur? Yo, like you don't know. Getting bucky in the back of the photo. Got you missing from the party like we're homegirl. Ask shorty, can she take it? She like, oh no. The sky is the limit. Oh hell no, it isn't. A nigga, one moon and the stars. You know I got chips, is you free though to lay up? Bars. Talking about who do you love? Baby, you know I'm the one.
Talking about who do you love? Baby, you know I'm the one. Yeah. Who do you love? Are you for sure?
Are you for
Who
sure?
do you love? Are you for sure?
Who do you love?
Are you for sure?
Are you?
Who do you love?
Who do you love, girl? Hey. MK.
You niggas got me fucked up, nigga.
Hey, when it's time for the shit, don't give me pissed off. Hit my name all the time and get bitch mouth. It ain't my fault that you down, so you pissed off. Don't make me bring the bitch about you cause you pissed off. I be around, hold it down, I get shit off. Out of sight, out of mind, I'm in this bitch now. We bustin' pounds down the zip, it's time to flip off. A lot of sticks, a lot of drip, we the shit now. I get a crack pack, serve it to the lab rats. Keep a backstash while I'm making fast cash. She got a bad ass, I can't even pass that. I get the backlash, but money in the mattress. No need to ask that, my bitch look like an actress. I see a lot of ducks, I call them mad flag. She say she got a groove bag, Angela Bassett. Justice League drip, Ben Affleck. I'm serving Scooby-Doo, yeah, we call it Daphne. I'm doing numbers, stupid numbers on a bad day. Every day I'm getting to it, yeah, the back way. Picture baseballs on the daily, call it fast play. Time for the shit, don't get me pissed off. My name all the time and your bitch mouth. It ain't my fault that you down, so you pissed off. Don't make me bring the bitch about you cause you pissed off. I be around, hold it down, I get shit off. Out of sight, out of mind, I'm in this bitch now. We bustin' pounds down the zip, it's time to flip off. A lot of sticks, a lot of drip, we the shit now.
That's a young nigga, keep my dick in your girl mouth. Pull down with the K, that 30 with the dick out. Shawty made a stomach, now you know he talking shit now. You shouldn't get a bag up, you only had a half a pound. Hit your big dog touchdown, he talking shit now. Shawty made a stomach too, and now he talking shit now. Was a big blood, now the pussy is a crit now. Crying ain't dead, yeah, robbed the whole damn town. Mood dog is silence, silence is my violence. Nigga dog is tried it, pussy all of homage. Bitch, all of homage, I move with the silence. Bitch, nigga tried it, you pussy niggas dying.
Don't get me pissed off. My name all the time and your bitch mouth. It ain't my fault that you down, so you pissed off. Don't make me bring the bitch about you cause you pissed off. I be around, hold it down, I get shit off. Out of sight, out of mind, I'm in this bitch now. We bustin' pounds down the zip, it's time to flip off. A lot of sticks, a lot of drip, we the shit now.
What up? It's the Buckeye Underground Show, y'all. WTMH Radio. Once again, it's your man, DJ Dre. Yo, I know you miss Raven Capone is not here today, so we just gonna talk a lot of shit about his bald-headed ass. He should have had his bald-headed funky ass here. I know he's listening. That's why I'm talking shit about him. Raven, I know you listening, but guess what? You're not here, so I can talk shit. I got my man Willie Blanco in the building from the Bald and Bearded. He said he was gonna help me out today.
What's poppin'?
I got Columbus City legend, one of the DJs that made this city pop, DJ Sean Banks is in the building. See, this is what happens when you got a DJ takeover. I'm gonna bring another DJ in. And of course, I got my good friend Killer B, aka Mr. Brandon Jenkins, the president of WTMH Radio.
What's going on today?
Here to accompany me, run the boards, and help a brother out, and just give me somebody to bounce crazy ideas off. Oh, and by the way, in case I didn't say it earlier, fuck Trump. Fuck Trump with a big whale dick. All right. I had to get it out early because I had to talk about this shit real quick. I'm not gonna hold up the whole world with it, but I got to talk about it before I get into the hard news. I gotta say, rest in power to my friend, my brother, a groundbreaking MC, DJ, all around hip hop head. We have lost in this past week. We lost Lovebug Starsky. For all of you who don't know who Lovebug Starsky is, YouTube him. Look him up. He is a hip hop legend for real. He's one of those brothers who is responsible for hip hop being in the world. Period. You know, no, that's not Starsky. Starsky made. Who do you look in the sky? Look at the sea. Who do you see? Starsky. Yeah, they do shout out Starsky in the record. But yeah,
you gotta believe.
Right. You gotta believe.
That was my
Starsky.
right there. Yeah.
Starsky. You know, only a real DJ who's been around knows that shit. But shout out to my man Starsky. May you rest in power, brother. He wasn't but a couple years older than me. Really, he wasn't but a few years older than me. Starsky passed away at some reports say he was 60. I don't think Starsky was that old. I think the brother was 57. But shout out to his family. He will be forever missed, not only by his family, but by his fans. And it's crazy because he passed away 3 days ago on the 8th. And he was just on stage with KRS-One like a week before that in Las Vegas. So shout out to him and his family. May his family, you know, find some solace. And, you know, it ain't going to be easy. And it's never easy when you lose a loved one. But there's a couple things I got to talk about today. God dang, it's been a crazy, crazy week. First, all y'all people with these brooms, stop this dumb shit. Your broom will stand up every day. They made that motherfucker to stand up. This is not new. This is not news. This does not need a picture.
They were just trying to have some fun, man.
I don't need to see a picture of a broom. If I see pictures of a broom, somebody better be flying on that motherfucker. If it's just standing in the corner, it don't mean shit. When I see somebody flying on it, then I'm going to be impressed. Look, I see you, Willie Blanc over here showing pictures of his broom standing.
Yo, that shit did not fall. I woke up this morning and that bitch was still standing there. I was like, oh, I'm throwing this bitch away. It's possessed. Fuck this broom.
The only reason your broom was still standing is because the kids wasn't running through your house. My house, nothing stands up because my kids run through the house so hard that everything shakes. Every damn thing. Somebody said to me, because I hate that I have to wear my glasses to watch my TV. Yeah, I hate that shit. I hate that shit.
You want a prescription TV?
Nah, I want a bit.
Right.
Okay, look. I thought when I bought like
you go to Samsung where I got a prescription to pick up.
I thought when I got a 65
45-inch smart TV.
My TV room is little, right? I have a little TV room.
With a big TV in it, you should be able to see.
I put a 65 in it because I thought that would be, you know, like. It's a little ass room.
It look like a movie theater in that motherfucker.
Yeah, really, but I still can't see the motherfucker without my glasses, and that shit is fucked up. So I was like, I need something bigger. And my wife said, if we put a bigger TV in here, we won't be able to fit in this damn room. It's a little ass room. So
I fit in here.
Yeah,
like I'd fit in here.
There won't be nobody else in there but me. But so I was like, so one of my dudes said, why don't you just get a projector? And I thought about it. But then my kids walked in the house, and I was like, if I had a projector, everything would shake. My kids run through the house and pictures fall off the wall. It's fucking ridiculous.
It is a stampede.
Yes, I got three little boys in my house. You know, my littlest dude just turned 5 like a couple weeks ago, and he's the worst one. like I'm asleep. This dude gets up in the morning, and he just jump. And I'm like, dude, stop. He go, okay, Daddy. 5 seconds later, my 8-year-old joins him, and he's doing the same damn thing. I'm like, okay, I give up. I might as well just leave. If you put a projector in my house, it's just gonna move. It's gonna look like flashing disco lights. It's not gonna. It's like trying
to watch TV on a roller coaster.
You're gonna have to have an epileptic seizure trying to watch that. It's not gonna happen. So I just gotta keep wearing my glasses. But it's again some stuff we gotta talk about this week. It's been a busy ass week. I don't know where to start with this one, but Gayle King.
Oh.
Poor Gayle. Poor Gayle.
See, Gayle King. Everybody's been talking about poor Gayle.
No, I was being. Oh, fuck her.
I'm being sarcastic. Yeah.
Snoop Dogg called her what do you call her?
A dog-headed bitch.
I ain't never seen a dog-headed bitch, but you
have now, Gayle King.
The image of it in my head is kind of funny, but you know, I could just see a chick walking around with a dog head. It's just okay. I'm just silly because I just see that visual. But
technically, his album had a dog-headed bitch, didn't he?
Yeah, true. That's true.
She had hair and everything.
Everything in the outfit. Yeah.
Look
and
like
ass.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. The first album. Yeah, you're right. Doggy style. But
that was Gayle on the front. In her prime.
All right, so I'm gonna talk about it. I said at first last week I wasn't gonna say anything, but well, okay, I did say something, but I only said something real short and let it go. All right, Gayle. I'm sorry that you feel like you had to go hire security. I mean, that's not cool. But you have to understand where all of this shit comes from. You know, back in the day, a young black man was murdered because some white woman lied and said that he whistled at her. And he wasn't even a man. He was a child. He was, 14 years old?
14 years.
And if y'all don't know what I'm talking about Emmett Till.
They beat him, drowned him, everything. Drug him.
And tied
a 90-pound gin around his neck.
Right, a 90-pound piece of metal around his neck and threw him in the swamp, where his body remained for weeks before it was finally found. And it still hurts my feelings just to think about that.
And he was on a summer vacation.
Because he was.
And to think that she came out with a book and said that it didn't
happen.
Years later, she said,
Too late now, bitch.
Yeah, it's like,
well, that
50
didn't
years
happen.
later. Yeah.
But that young man is gone. Because of a false accusation. And that should never happen, but it happens every day.
A false accusation of a young man thinking a woman was attractive.
Right.
It wasn't like he was aggressive to her or nothing like that.
No. And not just that. She was an ugly ass bitch. I'ma just say, I saw the pictures of her even when she was young. That bitch was ugly. And she looked like she smelled like old cabbage. Get the fuck out of here. All right? All right, so maybe you think I'm wrong?
Nope.
I think she smelled like old cabbage. But anyway.
We saying earring back.
Huh?
At least it ain't earring back.
Earring back smell like farts and cabbage. Okay, but anyway, we have that history. We have that history of that happening to countless black men and boys all across this country. Now we get to last week. And Gayle King, I understand you asking the question. You're a journalist, and if it bleeds, it leads is the way journalism goes. However, when you continue to press, like you were just yearning,
fishing, just
for our strong sister Lisa Leslie to say something that would give you cause to go in even further. Which, by the way, she didn't. Shout out to Lisa Leslie. You a G-bomber. We love you.
100-point scoring ass.
Right.
Look, I ain't playing basketball against her. She'll whoop my ass in a second. I ain't gonna lie. But
me and her coochie be eye height.
She got 100. I got 100.
He really wouldn't even be trying to score. He'd just be like, "I'm playing defense, bitch."
Hit me.
Just put it in my face. Anyway. I'm sorry, Lisa. I'm sorry. I work with animals. But
her vagina probably long as fuck.
See what I mean? But Gayle, we see you complaining about me. But what we don't hear you saying is, I'm sorry for those families that lost their loved ones in a tragic helicopter crash. That's what we don't hear you saying. You know, Kobe's wife lost not only her husband, but her daughter as well. There were other families that lost their daughters, mothers, fathers, friends. All of those people were hurting. And in that time, that was when you chose to go after another black man. Now, I don't know if you see it, Gayle. I hope you listen. I hope you get a piece of this. I don't know if you see it, but we do. What we've seen from you and Oprah Winfrey has made us want to put you off the team. We want to trade your ass for Ellen DeGeneres right now.
Hell yeah. And she got some bitches.
Right, Ellen will bring you some chicks. But anyway.
They always do.
We want to put you off the team. Because I don't know if you see it, but we do. What we see is you and Oprah. And I ain't gonna lie, I used to want to be Mr. Oprah Winfrey because I like him thick. I do, I really do.
Fuck that, just give me the check.
Well, that's
call me Stedman if you want.
That's a bonus. But what we see is Surviving Neverland, where you went after Michael Jackson 9 years after his death. What we see is Surviving R. Kelly, which was bad enough, but then you made a second one. Executive producer Oprah Winfrey. Okay.
I was trying to figure how there's more.
Yeah, there's a second one.
Then I'm about to say he got me too. Like, fuck it, let me get a check. Let me get on TV with y'all.
Because like you did 6 parts for the first one. It's like now there's more. Like, come on,
right?
Like, now y'all killing this.
You know, Cosby's next.
Oh, you know,
and he was taking jabs at them from prison.
Well, you know, she tried to do the Russell Simmons documentary.
Right, Russell Simmons is on the block now.
But that fell apart. She backed out because she felt they were trying to rush it to make it some film festival. But she was talking shit about Russell. You know,
we see
you're
all
a black
that.
man, and she coming for you.
Exactly. But what we don't see from you, Charlie Sheen, wasn't he the dude that gave everybody AIDS?
Yep.
We haven't heard a word from you. Jeffrey Epstein, him and all his cohorts, all these rich dudes, knocking off 13-year-old girls. We ain't heard a word from you.
You're going to.
Roman Polanski.
Coaches from colleges.
Yeah.
Roman Polanski knocked off so many little girls that when they did come for his ass, he went to another country so he can't be extradited back to the U.S. and be prosecuted. We ain't heard a word from you. And maybe it's too soon for me to say this one because, you know, I respected this man as an actor. But Kirk Douglas, there was charges for him with Natalie Woods when she was 12, 13, 15 years old. We ain't heard a word from you. Elvis Presley, we ain't heard a word from you. Where
Harvey
you at?
Weinstein.
Harvey Weinstein, right? Who's on trial now?
He trying to rape everybody.
Yeah, he just Harvey walking around like I got a dick.
He that's why he like Oprah. You get a dick. You get a dick. You get a dick.
That's probably where she learned that shit. That trick from. But I'm just saying, we have not heard a word from you. Now, I'm not saying if you do the crime, there shouldn't be some punishment. I'm not saying that. Far from that. What I'm saying is, if you do it to one, you got to be consistent and do it to all.
Facts.
Because I've only noticed that you only go after the people who have melanin in their skin. Melanin in their skin.
This is why Faison called them house niggas. Mm-hmm. Oprah and her. And he sat there and he just went in. He went.
A lot of people
I've
going
heard
in.
Too many people going in. I tried to keep it classy.
But reading the facts of it, where I mean, it was mind-boggling to see that the girl's actions. She tried to commit suicide twice just for attention.
Right. Yeah.
When they did the DNA swab, she had 4 other semen types in her.
Yeah.
She had a white man's pubic hair on her. But you're gonna tell me he raped you?
Yeah. And trust me, I've had family members who've been raped and stuff. And it's a hard case to prove.
Right.
Point blank. Period.
It's all he say.
It's all he say.
Now, unless it's a physical, violent.
Yeah.
Then it's like, oh, there's no way you didn't do this.
Right.
Yeah.
But
when you got all that type of evidence.
Yeah. When it's completely like it seems consensual.
Yeah.
Where there's no marks.
Yeah. And let's say Kobe got aggressive with her. Your track record is so bad right now.
You can cry. You crying wolf.
You crying wolf.
You crying wolf while you petting the wolf.
Yeah. Because average, I can say the average person. I've never been raped, so I can't say. But most women that because I want to buy cars.
I never been raped, but
you don't give so much like you ain't never been raped. But
me either. But I did get a paycheck that made me feel.
But a lot of women that I know who do.
I did tell you that $40 come in that Cash App. You be like, what the fuck?
Right.
Am I a prostitute? This motherfucker.
Right.
I can't get 60. But anyway, but what I'm saying is like
head too.
Like a lot of women that I've seen who've been raped, they really cut everybody off. They don't go sleep with 4 or 5 other dudes.
They become really sheltered and protected of their internal sides. Like they don't want you to know their life for real. They're not really open anymore. So when a new man tries to build with them, it's very, very difficult.
Yeah. And you go up here, you got
or there's some that say fuck it. Now it's like
whatever.
their innocence, so to speak, has been snatched from them, so then they lose control.
Yeah.
Oh, you want some ass? Come on.
Let's go. But you got
$1.50 and some Grippos? Come on.
Yeah, but the same weekend you have 4 different dudes up inside you. Like, you haven't even cleaned yourself off.
She said it was from dirty drawers she put on. So you telling me there was still 4 different semens in your drawers?
That's gross.
What the hell?
Right. I'm not
that alone right there.
I'm not trying to relitigate. I'm not trying to relitigate that case. I'm just saying that.
But they make you though.
What I'm saying is this:
but when you bring it up, it's like you guys break it down. Like, wait a minute.
But even then, what I'm saying is, 2 weeks ago, she could have called Kobe, and he probably would have sat down on the couch or in a chair and had this conversation with her. 2 weeks ago. He would have had that conversation.
But you already said it. Her and Oprah has really specialized in the last couple of years in news you can't combat. Like
their intentions aren't good.
Yeah,
there's no humility to their intentions. Their intentions are to expose the worstest part of someone's life or career. But you have to be someone who's making it, someone who is known, someone who is popular, someone who has something to offer to the world now. Well, if you're doing good now, let's show everyone what you did wrong then.
And again, that was almost 20 years ago. It was 17 plus years ago, and here we go. I'm like, come on, ladies. The man was, unlike your president, who you watch do the crime. The man was exonerated. And there's today in the New York Post, shout out to the Post, and I don't really like the Post because the Post is a rag. But shout out to the New York Post because they published an article that said Kobe Bryant is not a rapist. And they broke it all down. And then they broke all of those things down that we just talked about. And then on top of that, they talked about all the good he's done, how he repaired his family from that cheating incident. And all of that was in that article. And the thing that really gets me through all of this is you had no consideration for the pain that his family was feeling. And you felt it was your duty or your whatever to go after him in this moment. This is the moment you chose to do that.
Let's say it did happen.
Just so wrong.
Let's just say it did happen. Okay, it did happen. But you choose for this man to suffer a tragedy death. Like, not some shit. He didn't get sick and just died slow turn. Like, it didn't, something I didn't know he was, it just happened just a week prior to you saying this dumb shit you're saying.
Right. Yeah.
You didn't, like, even if it was true, I don't care if it was the most honest thing possible. Where is that part of you that go, I shouldn't touch on this right now?
Yeah, exactly. That's the thing, right now. Like,
right. Okay, if we address this later on, and maybe it's something that gets spoke about later on in life, but as of right now, where his family is still mourning his death, like, you're gonna choose right now to do a public interview and ask a fellow athlete whose platform is just as big,
and not just that, but a fellow athlete who is his friend, who is also in that moment hurting from the loss of that loved one. I mean, that is just, it's just, I don't even have the words to describe how that makes me feel.
With Kobe dying, it make you look at a lot of people really weird because, like you said, like, regardless if you knew him personally, even if you wasn't a big fan of him, the way he died was tragedy. And he died with his child. It's like, that's even worse.
That's even worse.
And you have so many people already popping out. There was people coming out talking about, I don't know why y'all worshiping Kobe. And it was like, it was just weird. Like, everybody had something to negative to say. And it's like, the man just died. Like, let his family, like you said, grieve.
Whatever ill feelings or any type of hatred, even as an athlete, a fan, you know what I'm saying, a person in general, like, leave that shit alone, bro. Like, there's a time and place for all of that, and right after he dies, it's not time.
You had 17 years to talk to this man. He retired how many years ago?
3.
3 years ago he retired. So anytime between then and 2 weeks ago, you could have called this man and had a conversation with him. Now, understand something. I say this, and I'm gonna give the disclaimer. I am not a Laker fan. I don't like the Lakers. You know why? I'm a Knicks fan and they kick our ass and then we don't get to play them in the playoffs ever.
So because entertaining basketball players.
We are not the team that gets to the playoffs. We ain't been in the playoffs since the 90s.
So instead of being you're a Knicks fan, just say you don't watch basketball.
Just say I don't like basketball. That's pretty much it. As a Knicks fan, I don't even like basketball.
All Knicks fans are going to start watching XFL now.
Yeah.
No, I'm not. I can't do that either.
It wasn't. Hey, that was pretty interesting though.
And the game was cool though. I watched a couple of games.
I didn't even know it was on until I saw it on the news a couple days ago, and I was like, "Wait a minute, the XFL was back." Yeah. But I had to get that off my chest because now I feel better. That's one thing I love about having this platform. Get shit off my shoulders. But I had to let that out. And Gail, I don't want you to have death threats. I really don't. Anybody that's giving her death threats, stop.
Let's see what Gail.
But I want her to trip down a flight of stairs and hit every one of them with her front teeth. I'm just saying.
But I just want somebody to come cough on her with coronavirus.
See, I don't want her to die.
She gonna die. She just be fucked up for a while.
I don't want her to die. I just want her lip to be real big. That's all.
But I see this about the Gail King. The last thing for me is, I would have gave her a pass for the question if she would just own it. Like, you know what? I was being a reporter. This is a question. But they come out and talk about, the network put that out there. Motherfucker, you asked the question.
You asked the question. They couldn't.
Like they can't put it out there. They can't film it if you never asked it.
Last time I checked, you wasn't a goddamn. If they ain't ventriloquist.
Yeah,
they ain't got a hand up your ass doing this.
Yeah, like you can't say the network. Like the network where you sat there.
How you doing, baby?
And like you said, I only asked the question. Then you followed it up like, well, of course you wouldn't feel like that around him. Like, what that mean?
You didn't see nothing as his friend,
right?
Yeah. What did you ask? Like, what did you trying? Like, what did you really? Like, let's not bullshit around. Let's be blunt. What are you really trying to ask? Yeah. No, he never tried to touch me. No, I never saw him be aggressive with no woman. No, I never saw any of that.
Yeah, that's like
take your goofy ass on.
Right. Yeah, so now, if Lisa Leslie would have jumped up and slapped the dog snot out of her, that would have been wrong, so, right?
I mean, she is from Compton, so that would have made sense.
Right, and she got her hand is bigger than mine, so that'd have been a hell of a slap. I'm just saying, I got big ass hands. What you think, Sean?
But bottom line, he's dead and gone.
Right,
he's dead and gone. There's nothing that anybody can do to go back and fix that situation.
Exactly,
it's over, and he's gone. So let him rest in peace, and his daughter. Let them rest in peace.
Right. Give them at least give that family an opportunity to mourn. But all right, I'm gonna get off of that. But Gail, I don't feel sorry for you. You earned it. Any backlash you got, you earned. So it is what it is. I mean, I'm probably gonna get some backlash because every week I say fuck Trump, and anybody that likes Trump, fuck you too. And it's reflected in my headgear today. So fuck Trump.
Man, I had a guy with a Trump hat on stick his hand out to me and shake my hand, and I was confused. I was confused. Like, I'm gonna be honest, I was confused as fuck. I was in the house working. The guy, we was talking. His brother shows up, camo Trump hat on his head. So immediately I was like, oh fuck, this isn't gonna go well. And we had a decent conversation about just random shit. And then as I was leaving, I finished up my work. I shook it. His brother put his hand out, shook his hand. And then he put his hand. I was like, all right, thank you. And I was like,
He got no love, no handshake. Just
I was like,
walk away.
See where this goes. Shook his hand. He was like, I have a good day. And I was like, huh.
Well, it's okay to have a difference of opinion. But I think that a lot of these MAGA maniacs take this shit too far.
Too far, yes.
I was at Kroger. I live in Ohio, so we have Kroger in Ohio. But
they trying to take that shit out, though. You see, there's a petition going on to keep Kroger. They trying to get rid of Kroger too.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, probably because they got better prices than the other place. But I was at Kroger on the south end.
By my crib.
The one on South High.
By my house.
Right off of 270.
By my house.
Right, that one, south one.
By Walmart.
Yeah, south one. So I'm at Kroger, and I'm with my mom. My she might as well be my mom. I can go eat at her table. And she's short though. She real short. So, and she can't see real good. But so dude walks by and he says something because she had on like a red, white, and blue jacket. And he said something. Oh, you're a real American, I see. She was like, yeah, okay, whatever. And dude kept coming back. And I'm like looking at this dude with this Trump hat on. He had a red one on with white letters and had that's the scrambled eggs on the bill. That's what they call it. You got that yellow stuff on it. And I was like, dude, just go away, man. He's like, well, you know, because we ought to be tired of those people that don't work every day. And I said, your ass don't work. He was like, but I'm disabled. I said, so you don't know what everybody else's situation is either. Go away, motherfucker.
That's why you got the hat on your head. Okay, now it makes sense.
Yeah,
you're disabled. Okay, cool. Never mind. You don't even know what you're wearing. You can't even read the words on your fucking hat. You don't know what it says.
I was like, I'm just like, I'm done with him. You know, I worked for years and years and years and years, you know, making a living and taking care of my family. You know what I'm saying? And you have to deal with people everywhere you go, you know.
Facts.
And when they give their opinions or say the things they say it from their point of view. You know, never having had those experiences where they got thrown up against the wall by the police just for walking down the street. Never having had those experiences. And they, you know, say things like, well, if they were innocent, then they should just face the police.
Yeah, all right, bitch.
It's a lot of innocent black people.
You don't understand
in jail
that fear when them lights come on behind you. You in that front seat, and you just like, damn, this could be it.
And your butthole clenches up.
And you could be clean as a whistle, but your heart is on 10. Because the moment this cop walks up to this door,
your life is in danger.
The moment he walks to this door, if he takes any of my actions as aggression or dangerous, I can lose my life at this damn stop sign.
Right.
You've never had to experience that.
Never.
You've never walked past a car and you hear all the doors locked. You'd be like, the fuck?
Never been in an elevator and watched somebody's grandma hold her fucking purse up to her chest. Like, bitch, I don't want your chewing gum.
I don't want your meds, bitch. I don't want your meds.
Right. I don't want that shit. Keep that shit to yourself. They've never experienced that. So from their point of view, you know, the world is all roses and gumdrops. You know, and I get it if that's where you've been. I get it. I understand it. But understand there are other experiences out there. You know, they don't, you know, when they look at the exonerated five, those young men, well, now old ass men who were 15, 14, 16 years old and got life sentences for a crime they never committed. And they back that bullshit up. Now, they've all been proven innocent by DNA testing and all this other scientific evidence because they never had evidence on these young men in the first place when it happened. And yet, the Orange Menace, you know, some of y'all call him a president. I call him a fucking con man and an asshole. But that guy said they still should be locked up because they must have did something. And there's other folks who back up that bullshit. Now, I get it. You say, well, it's good for the economy. Whose?
My money's still the same.
I know a lot of motherfuckers right
shit
now.
Ain't changed. That shit's still the same. Right. It ain't increased. It ain't decreased. None of that shit. My money looks the exact same.
I'm with you. I make a lot less money. But what happens is, you know, you say, well, the job numbers are going up. Yeah, but what happened? The people that had to take those jobs, that those job numbers went up, they lost the job where they made decent money. So they lost that job, and then the job they got is one of these new jobs. It might even be the same fucking job, but it pays a lot less money. Because what corporations have done with the bullshit, that the tax cuts that he gave them and all of this, is they bought back their stock. So, of course, those companies look great in the stock market. They look great. Then, on top of that, you hear about these companies doing these massive layoffs. One of the big banks laid off 15,000 people. 15,000. They still have a need for people to do those jobs. But why they lay off those 15,000?
Because those tenure.
Because those people had tenure, they make money. Because
why pay you 60,000 when I could pay this new asshole 18 to do the same job?
Exactly, and
maybe a little faster because you been here 40 years, 20 something years. You ain't booming. You ain't
right. Your arthritis is kicking in. Your ass can't type like you used to. You can't run up and down stairs and climb ladders.
You're using a lot of your health insurance too.
And you're using a health insurance plan. I get 2 20-year-olds to do your job. Them motherfuckers ain't sick.
We don't even sign up for health insurance. Then.
Right, yeah.
I started health insurance. How much on my check? Man, fuck it, I'll be all right.
They ain't got They ain't got those health issues that they have to have.
We got a health department. Everything free in there.
Right. Go to the nurse. You don't need nothing but a Band-Aid and some Robitussin.
That's it.
And they got that for free. Go get that. You know, but I'm just saying, this is
Put
what
some ice on it.
Right. Or like my grandmother used to say, get some Vicks. Just rub some Vicks on it. You'll be okay.
Grandma, I broke my arm. Put some Vicks on it.
Put some Vicks on it.
Drink some ginger ale. You'll be all right.
Hey, see, my grandmother was the only one.
Nah. Now go lay down.
Arm fucking sideways and shit.
Brian, go lay down.
Right.
That's your problem. You ain't gonna lay down.
And your arm,
You ain't listen.
And your arm was broke. You know, I got a cousin right now. Broke his finger. My grandmother said, put some Vicks on it. It ain't nothing wrong with you. Put some Vicks on it. My cousin now, his one finger stick off the side of his hand at a right angle.
Looking like his finger hitchhiking to his wrist.
He got it. Cause
Like that, huh?
no, it's worse. Like it's like if you people on the radio can see, it's like his pinky sit off his finger like that, off his hand this way.
That's like a condition.
Cause, and my grandmother said, put some Vicks on it. It'll be okay. But I was just saying, you know, we got to do better. This is America. We like one of the richest countries in the world, but we are one of the most fucked up countries in the world. And the reason, and it all goes back to one thing, and I'm gonna bring it all around because see, today, in February, we celebrate what? What month is it?
Black History Month.
Black History Month.
President's Day.
Yes, that's Monday. But for those of you that don't know, Black History Month is not for black people. It's not. Because, you know, we black 365. 366 is a leap year this year. But we black every damn day. You know, every day, you know, I try to show my children, you know, hey, black folks did this. Black folks did that. It's every day for us. Black History Month is to give y'all other folks an opportunity to know some of our greatness. That's what it's about. Not you, Willie, because you black too. Shut up. Willie said, Willie Blanco told me one day, said I'm Puerto Rican. I said, nigga, that's the same thing.
Your hair just smoother.
Hey, that's it. Only difference.
Some of y'all too. It's just only some of us.
Exactly. So
I got my cousin right now. He take a comb to his shit. He'll snap that comb in half.
And you know, this is a question of mine too. Why is Black History Month in February the coldest month of the year and the shortest?
Because that's when they put Roots on TV. And then when they put Roots on TV, people get pissed off. And then they go outside and whoop white kids' ass. So they don't want them whooping white kids' ass in the summer because it'll never stop. So
and it's the beginning of the year. It's the shortest month to get out. They get it out the way.
It's too cold. It's too cold to keep whooping ass all day. You gotta throw 2 punches and go inside because it's cold. That's why it's in February.
And they look at it like, I mean, we get y'all a whole month. The Spanish people got a week.
Right.
Got a weekend.
Yeah,
a weekend.
Yeah, be quiet.
Right.
Latin Pride weekend. Y'all got a whole month.
Yeah.
Right.
We gave y'all Juneteenth in a month. Be quiet.
Well, they gave you the month. Juneteenth, black people said, fuck it, we taking this.
We taking that, but you know what I'm saying? Like y'all got 2. Stop pushing it. Right? And then this year's a leap year too. We'll give y'all
get one extra day.
Give y'all extra day.
Be an extra one. We'll be nice.
We're gonna be nice this year.
What do y'all get? Oh, we got the year. All right then, but shut the fuck up.
Hey, Chinese people get a year every year.
In China.
Here too. Yeah, it's the year of the what is it? The year of the rat.
And I said some shit the other day, and my homie looked at me with so much hate. He said, "Bro, that's fucked up." I was like, "Bro, this Chinese girl. You ever seen a Chinese girl try to look at you sideways?" And he was like, "Oh, bruh, that's fucked up. She gonna get an attitude with me. You ever seen a Chinese girl look at you sideways? You know how hard that shit is for her?" He was like.
Yeah, that wasn't even looking at you with hate. He looked at you like, damn, man, you ain't.
All she see is eyelid when she look out the side.
Like really, dude, you did that, really? Look, we're all ashamed of you for that one, Willie.
I mean, it's the truth, though.
Chinese folks ain't got peripheral.
Oh, we all ashamed of you for that one, Willie. And you know,
left turn.
Look, today my wife took me out to lunch and reminded me that Valentine's Day was coming, and I was like, fuck, because I have not thought about Valentine's Day. I got so much shit going on right now. And my wife was telling me, you know, Valentine's Day is this weekend. What are we doing? And I was like, damn.
You about to make her a spaghetti necklace.
I was thinking, I think I got some macaroni and some string in the house. I can make you a necklace. You know, because
popsicle heart. Glue popsicle sticks in the heart, but here you go, baby.
I was like, damn, fucking Valentine's Day. That shit just snuck up. Like, wasn't it Christmas yesterday?
That's why everybody argue with their girl around this time. So we ain't got to buy each other shit.
I can't argue.
That's why Raven in Florida.
Yep. You heard that, Raven? That's why your ass in Florida.
What week is it? Oh, shit, I'll be back, y'all. I got this thing with the place out there in Florida away from everybody.
Yeah, I call you.
He's like, I'm not just being in Florida. I'm going to be in the swamp. My phone don't work in the woods.
He is on a shrimp boat with Forrest Gump and them.
Talking about shrimp gumbo, shrimp scampi.
Well, he said shrimp on a stick, shrimp kebab. Like, what in the hell?
So we're going to change his name to Bubba.
Bubba.
All right.
Bubba Capone. You are now rocking with.
All right. You can't say that. You can't say that when I'm taking a sip. That shit, you almost choked me. But again, I said this week there's a lot of bullshit going on. There's a lot of bullshit. You know, we had the Gayle King shit. We got Valentine's Day coming up. I don't know what I'm gonna give my girl for Valentine's Day. Shout out to Make Moves and Willie Blanco. These motherfuckers asked a question today. They said, "What was your best Valentine's and what was your worst one?" And I was like, I had to call in. I was like, damn, my worst one was, you know, when I spent a bunch of cash, you know, hotel, fucking flowers, balloons, candies, you know, some jewelry, all of this shit all in one day, right? And my ex-wife said, that's it? And I was like, no, that's not it. You're going to get some dick. Well, you give me dick every day.
Give your ass a hot pocket.
Well, get the fuck out of here.
You get a hot pocket and an egg roll.
Lucky if you get that.
It's leftovers, too.
God, oh, yeah, I do have my plaid on today, Sammy. Somebody said, you got your plaid on it? I didn't wear plaid last week.
Hey, his response was, I just want a big old booty with a contract.
That's right. I'm a married man.
I need that non-disclosure.
No, I'm a married man, so it's only one booty I'm going to have on me. But, you know, like I said, he was like, what you want for Valentine's? I was like, really? I'm a grown-ass man. I pretty much got everything I want. I don't need nothing. There's a few things I still want, but if I want it, I'm going to get it. So I'm like,
I bet if she buy your ass a box of Hot Wheel cars, you'll lose your mind.
Okay.
You'll lose your fucking mind. Oh, my God, Hot Wheels! I can't believe it.
Okay, I'm a big ass kid, and now thanks to my wife exposing my ass, everybody in the world knows it. Motherfuckers is teasing me.
This is the limited edition for the year I was born, 1929. Oh my God.
We buy paint Dre's parking spot. We buy paint Dre's parking spot orange and put a little ramp to go up and see if he do it. Like,
hey, you know what? That'd be dope.
Try it.
For Dre only, he just pulls in like, oh my God,
that would be dope. I ain't even gonna lie, that would be dope.
Outside is an orange ass parking spot with a little ramp to go up. It's like a Hot Wheel track.
That'd be dope. I ain't even gonna lie, I would love the fuck out of that. I'll drive my little red car for that.
Come outside, you see Ray. You see Dre sitting on the floor, Indian style with his Hot Wheel cars up the ramp.
You see me sitting outside with my bicycle, like, trying to
ramp that bitch.
Hey, look, my wife put me on blast when she did that shit. And that shit was sneaky as fuck, too. I'm in the house.
You were soaking cars like greens.
Right. All right, good batch of collars tonight. We're going to eat good tonight.
So this is what happened. For those of you that don't know.
Put these beans onto that Niagara take hold.
For those of you that don't know, this is what happened. So I have a large collection of Hot Wheels cars, right? But I met another collector. He died, and so his people was getting rid of some of his stuff, and he had some vintage cars, like from the 60s and 70s and 80s, and I had an opportunity to get about 300 or better toy cars off of this dude. So they've been sitting in his basement, you know, dusty, and these are all played with cars. So, you know, because they so old, nobody got a car that old in the package unless you was a super duper nerd, you know. Which I'm not a super duper nerd. I'm only a little bit.
I got one. I got a Ghostbuster original.
In the package?
In the package.
We're gonna talk after the show. But so I had an opportunity to get all of these, And my little son saw the box full of cars and got excited, my 5-year-old. So I was like, all right. So I was like, well, you can't play with them. Let's clean them up. So we put them in the kitchen sink and just trying to kind of rinsed off some of the dust. And my wife took a picture of them laid out on this little tray that I had set the cars on so they could dry.
Had the car dealership on the kitchen table.
And it was like, and she did the shit from behind. Like, talk about the biggest kid in the house, can't stop him from playing with his toys. And I was like, oh, that's, that was cold. And she put me on blast on social media. Now, I'm not ashamed to have hobbies. Everybody need a hobby. I have toy cars. I met some motherfuckers that color in like real coloring books, like that you buy for your kid.
I got one for you, Dre. Me and my big brother, we used to. This is maybe, I swear to God, this only probably about 5-7 years ago. He had a tote about this long, huge tote of wrestling toys.
Okay.
And nigga, we used to have drafts, and we used to sit across from each other and play with these toys when no one else was home. It'd be just me and him.
Okay.
And we'd have full drafts, matches, belts, sound effects, everything. It'd be like full pay-per-views in the kitchen, in the living room, and then we'd hear people come home. We stop.
Well, and nothing wrong with that, because now my 5-year-old and I, we would sit in the house playing with Hot Wheels for like days, and even last night I came home and my son had some toys out. He was like, Dad, come on. I was on the floor playing Hot Wheels with my baby boy. You
gotta get it. You gotta build like an exotic ass Hot Wheel track.
We did that with my older kids, with my older boys. There was back when they was kids, they had not just the iconic orange tracks, but they also had Hot Wheel City.
Mm-hmm.
So we had all the Hot Wheel City. It was so big that it covered damn near the whole house. Like, it went all through the house, and then we had the orange tracks connected to the Hot Wheel City. It was ridiculous.
I used to have the floor mat, and I would put had the floor mat. We had the street, and I would build around it.
Yeah, we started with that. And then it was.
Then you had a whole village after that.
No, the whole house. Like, it was ridiculous. Like, shit went up on tables and into the kitchen on counters and up, and it was ridiculous. And
eating dinner, Hot Wheels, shoot.
We still, my grown sons still talk about that shit. How we did that shit. And my one son bought a bunch of that stuff and gave it to my little sons. So it's just dope as hell. And now I got a grandson as well. My grandson, it's like, it's just dope,
Hot
to
Wheels
have
are one
that.
of those iconic toys that you can pass on, and it doesn't seem old.
It doesn't. So
because they're always reinventing,
and there's always new cars
themselves, and there's always new stuff. Whatever the new trend is, they have a Hot Wheel car.
Exactly.
Right, yeah.
Exactly. So right now, it's thousands of Hot Wheels at my house. It's thousands of them, and like. We trying to cut down on some
Got
shit.
a white van and toys. Ain't that about a bitch?
Y'all talking about Hot Wheel toys, man. I'm getting flashbacks, man, to get my ass whooped.
I told you to pick these motherfucking toys up, motherfucker.
No, I mean, with the orange strip,
the orange tracks. Woo! Hey, Sean,
woo! You not saying as a stepdad?
One at a time.
Sip it down and tip it.
Hey, look. Notice all of us when you did that, everybody jumped like, oh, because we all had that experience. Actually, I never got beat with the track, but I used to see my friends get beat with the track. So what would happen was everybody's tracks was at my house when I was a kid. All my friends' tracks was at my house. And the worst ones was Johnny Lightning. They had the red tracks. They was even thicker. They had taller sides. The Johnny Lightning track will fuck you up.
That was my mom's weapon of choice.
When you get hit by one of those, they snap back, so you get twice. You get it twice. You get it twice. Pow, pow. One hit. Pow, pow.
And see,
when it turns into two.
My little sons.
And they leave welts.
Yes. My little sons, they got a thing for fucking each other up. So
that's called siblings.
My sons was walking around with the track stuck down in his shirt. I was like, "What you doing?" He said, "It's my sword, Dad. It's my sword." I'm like, "What you gonna do with that?" His brother walks in. Wah, wah, psh! I was like, his brother screamed. I was like, what you doing? He said, I'm 0. I was like, oh, this motherfucker.
The hell was you watching Nick on Night fucking Zorro?
And I couldn't say that. I was like, oh shit.
The hell was you doing up late night watching Zorro?
And it was, and it is my big son was like, oh, like he was fucked up.
See, my oldest, he'll be playing Fortnite or whatever, watching playing the PlayStation. He'll be have his head focused. He be in the game. He don't give a fuck about nothing else. House could be on fire. He don't know shit is going on. And my youngest will run by and throw a football outside of his face, bam, and run off. And he just look like, damn, I just want to punch him in the face. But he 12 and he 3. It ain't gonna add up.
Yeah.
I want to fuck you. Watch. Wait till you get older.
Hey, you know, I understand that, but my son, just like the oldest kid in the house is 10, the youngest one is 5. My 10-year-old has no chill. If my 5-year-old do something, oh, he getting fucked up. One day, I'm sitting in the house, and I'm sitting in the house, and it was like, I looked up, and my 5-year-old flew past me. Like he was in the air like Superman. I was like, what the And my 10-year-old was like, he shouldn't have did it, Dad. He shouldn't have did it. He fucked him up.
Damn.
My 10-year-old has no chill. He's like, he is not the kid to piss off.
I had to have a conversation with my son. He goes to Westbrook schools. I went to school one day with him. He seen one of his friends. He was like, "What's up, cuz?" I said, "Fuck." Let me talk to you real quick, pimp. Let me talk to you real quick.
Yeah, you can't be doing that.
You got chill, bro. You got chill.
Like, that's why I sent you to the suburbs.
These white folks was going to kick you out. They think you in a gang, they gonna kick you out.
And what's funny is, damn.
How'd you spill your cup up?
I don't know. I'm like, how the
You was the only nigga in history to spill a cup upward.
Hey, you know what's fucked up? This morning, I was drinking coffee in the car, hit a bump, splashed it, my fucking glasses was covered. I was like, ain't this about a bitch? I couldn't see shit. It's foggy.
The wipers,
it was foggy and my glasses was fucked up.
Now your glasses all sticky and shit.
Yes. I couldn't wait, and I was stuck in traffic in downtown Columbus.
Which is not fun.
Bless their hearts. And then, okay, we don't talk about Columbus traffic. Just 1 second. So today, my wife takes me out to lunch. We come out the spot, and it's a car accident across the street on 161. We're on 161. It's a car accident on the other side. So it was a car and a minivan, and both of them was fucked up, right? And so the ambulance came. I think they had to carry 2 people away. So we look up, and then we see the drivers. Now, I know this is probably a racist ass thing to say, but they was both
Somalian.
Yeah.
Called it.
And they both was talking on the phone. They had like the head wrap.
And they had their head stuck.
And both of them had the phone on the left side of their head.
Niggas like this.
And I said to myself, that's why they crashed. They couldn't see each other. And they was like smack right into each other, each of them trying to make a left at the same time.
They phones tucked into their do-rag. Like,
right. The phone's tucked right there. I'm like, ladies, get a fucking headset. You know?
Bluetooth in the car.
That is a headset.
Bro, you know what's the funniest shit ever, though? When I see dudes driving around with the full headpiece with the mouth thing, like they work in a call center, plug up to their phone, I be like, you look stupid as shit.
I work in a call center. We got a dude who has that for his cell phone. Cause like he literally got up one day. I said, Rob, where do you get like the wireless headset for your phone? Oh no, I'm on a personal call. I'm like, you walk around with this shit on your head, like
you done got so used to this shit that you gotta wear the bitch.
Look, they sell those at the truck stop. Those are the ones for truckers.
Yeah, but I'm with it. It looks silly as hell. You like,
I wear one at home playing Call of Duty.
At home playing your game
where I gotta talk shit to the little white kid that live in Missouri that just called me a fat fucker.
Right.
How you know you fat?
I don't know. Because the mic right here like
when you
focus in the game, you do all you hear is breathing. That's all you hear. So I mute everybody. Like I don't hear nobody else.
But we play the game, it's like you're fat. They call you nigga. Like they quick to call somebody nigga. Like really, you little white fucker.
It's so funny when the white kid came in the group, and he came onto the game. He was like, "What's up, niggas?" We was like, "Yep, you're kicked out the game."
Hey, you know what? It's funny. One of the funniest things I ever had experience with like that was on the west side. I lived on the west side. I lived in this townhouse. It was a nice little place, right? But it was wintertime. It was like minus something. It was like minus 100 degrees outside. And it was snow on the ground. So it snowed like the day before. Then the temperature fell. So all the snow was just ice. You know what I'm saying? And it was cold as fuck. It's like 1 in the morning. And I hear, nigga, I'll fuck you up, nigga. What, nigga? You want my... And this is what I'm hearing. So I look out the window. And I saw the funniest shit I ever seen.
Two white boys, already.
Two little skinny white boys. They were skinny as fuck. Both of them would turn sideways. You couldn't see them no more in the snow. But they took off their coats and shirts, standing out there in the snow, yelling, calling each other names. It's 1 o'clock in the morning.
Some perk 30s.
Me and my girlfriend at the time, she my wife now, but we was sitting at the house, and I'm sitting there, I'm laughing. She said, "What's funny?" I said, "These niggas is funny." And remember, there's 2 white boys out there. And the white boy said, "Nigga, I'll do this." And I was like, "Nigga, you gonna take that from that nigga? You need to kick that nigga's ass. Don't let that nigga talk about you like that."
I always think about that damn Chappelle episode where the niggas was the white family. Oh man.
And Dave Chappelle walked in and said, "Y'all niggas love y'all milk." You know, yeah.
The niggas, yeah.
Niggas party too? Man, we have names. No, not you niggas.
Those niggas, right? Yeah, but it was
that's on my timeline on Facebook. Actually,
it was just one of the funniest things. Yeah. And my wife was like, "Baby, stop before they come over here." So, them niggas come over here. They gonna walk away. They gonna be hot when they leave. You know, I just
red niggas when they leave.
I couldn't help myself. I just couldn't help myself, and I know I was wrong for that. You know, but it was funny. Because both of them was red as fuck. It was minus something degrees. I'm like,
that,
you got
I
to
ain't even argue. I'm going home. Won't give a fuck what the beef is. We'll fight in the summer. Fuck you.
Exactly. It was just hilarious.
They don't get cold anyway, so you already know that.
Nah, they don't get fuck that. It's cold.
No, that was cold. It was like minus.
It's funny because you get that dude that'll come around. He come around with one of your other homies, and he be like, "Oh yeah, he cool. That's my nigga." Yada yada. I be like. And then people on your side were like, "Nah, bro, I don't know him."
Right.
So if he say, "What's up, nigga?" one more time,
it's gonna be.
I'm slapping the dog shit out of him. They be like, "Nah, he cool. Nah, no, bro. Like, the pass thing, you start giving out passes to everybody.
Yeah, you can't do that.
Hold up, bro.
And it's just funny. I mean, even here on the Buckeye Underground show, we had some young guests come in one time, and there's a crew from South Columbus. And they came in, and they looked like the white Wu-Tang when they walked up in here. It was like 11 of these dudes. I mean, it was a lot of them.
Klan rally.
And there was like 2 black guys in the crew too, but they all grew up together, whatever, you know. And their record was the N-word. Like every 4th word was the N-word. And I was sitting here, I was so mad. And Raven honestly had to calm me down. He said, "Dre, remember, they are children." So I was like, "Listen, so let me ask you something." And he was like, they were like, what? I said, "Y'all ever hear Eminem say that word?" All of them thought for a minute. They're like, "Well, no." I said, "Exactly." I said, "Just like you grew up in the hood, M grew up in the hood too." I said, D12 ain't nothing but a bunch of black dudes. He part of D12. He just happened to be the breakout star from that crew." And they were like, "Oh." I said, "So if you want your music played in anywhere other than at your mama's backyard cookout, then y'all got to
play it there either."
Y'all got to
use that when you can. That when you can.
Y'all got to get it right.
Their mama's
His
backyard.
mom singing, "Yeah, where's my car? Those my little niggas."
Right. And it was funny. What was funny was
leaving this party.
What was funny was their mom drove them here. Their mom drove them here, so she was in the ante room and out in the waiting room, and they was all in the studio. And it took me a minute to calm down. I actually had to we had to play their song, and then play some other stuff so I could go calm down and come back and talk to them because I wanted to slap all of them.
Mom was sitting in the lobby with a CB4 shirt on.
I wanted to slap them like you ever watch Three Stooges and they smack and Mo smack everybody? I wanted to do them all like that. But, I got better as the day went on.
Yeah, but I'll tell you who threw me off was the first time we was around First Degree. And you had LB and Bug. that they was throwing the N-word around towards each other. And I was sitting there like, what? Like, it was like two white dudes. My nigga this, nigga this, nigga. And then because the rest of the crew is black.
Yeah.
You know, they're from the west side. And they all just, like, nothing was wrong. I'm like.
You too.
Gotta go.
Come real quick.
Right.
You're out of here.
But I get it, and it's
it's like how you said, like, oh, they cool, but it's like,
I don't know you, bro. Like,
that's cool in their clique. It's not cool in mine.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Cause my dude did that. Like, he had a dude he worked with. It was a white dude, and he was let him say nigga all the time. And he brought around the rest of us.
He got his ass beat.
Beat your ass.
Yeah, we all look like, hey man.
I had a white dude ask me that one time. He was like, "What gives you the right?" I said, "Hey, you want to ask them that?" I was like, "Cause last time I checked, I'm good.
Right.
You in the head, you might not make it out of this scenario, bro."
Right. Because the only difference between an African American and Puerto Rican is a bus stop, is a boat stop. Honestly, really, because that's how it happened.
Yeah.
Because the people that was on those islands originally, Columbus killed all of them.
I mean, like if you look at our history, bro, like.
Yeah,
we don't look like y'all.
Mm-hmm.
We don't look like we came from Europe. We don't look like none of that. We look like we came from Africa. All the Puerto Rican people from the pictures from back in the day.
Yeah,
dark as shit.
Yeah,
brown. There ain't no whites. Ain't no. I would have looked crazy.
Yeah, you'd be an albino.
He's not one of us.
They'd be like, my brother, my friend. But he's not a brother like us.
You know.
But look,
it's funny though.
All right, I had to get all that off my chest. Thank y'all for letting me vent today. But today I got a special guest today. I brought in a legend today because you know what? I was feeling myself. I said, you know what? I need a brother with some street cred. A brother that been rocking in the streets of Columbus, Ohio for a long time. I brought in DJ Sean Banks. Y'all give it up for DJ Sean Banks today.
Thank you.
And Sean, I know for those of you that don't know, Sean been rocking in Columbus for a long time. He could tell you about clubs that ain't even here no more. Am I right?
Right.
So, what you got going on right now? Because I know one thing.
Well, one thing I got going on right now, I'm at Rosie O'Grady's each and every Friday night. That's on the corner of Morse Road and Cleveland Avenue, and I'm there. I'm there spinning for 25 and older. So.
Hey, why y'all play edited music?
You gotta talk to the owner about that. That's his call.
I went in there one time and I immediately left because they played a hood song. It was a good song. So then I'm listening and I remember it was a whole cuss words alternate. I was like, and I said, hey, hold on. Hey man, no cuss words in this song. Hey man, I ain't really get patted down either. Ain't no cuss words. I'm out. I was like, hey, fuck, I'm out.
You had to leave because you didn't get patted down.
If I didn't,
who else did?
Who else did?
Hey, I guess you got a point there.
Nah, because when you do security, you kind of know
the routine.
Dude was like, all right. I said, oh hell no, I'm leaving. I'm getting shot. This motherfucker. But then it was cool. It was a good time. It was a cool place. Like it was a lot of space to move around, which is cool too. The patio was cool. And that music, I need to hear my cousin. Fuck you up. I need that.
You ain't get the chicken wings, did you? If you got the chicken wings, you might have stayed.
Nah, I played some pool though.
Oh, okay. They had a lot of pool tables, but on top of that, so last year around this time, there's an event that we all went to. Well, you wasn't there. But me, Brandon, and Sean was there. And Sean was there, and he was rocking. And I'm like moving and grooving and enjoying what he's doing. I'm like, this is fucked up. And Brandon's like, why? I said, because this is my damn building. And Sean is killing my fucking building, tearing the motherfucker down. We was at the King Arts Center.
And that goes on this coming up Saturday on the 15th. Doors open at 10 o'clock. And it's open till 4 o'clock. Amina Robinson Day, that's what they call it. The late artist.
The artist.
Oh yeah, I remember that now.
Yeah, you remember that?
Yeah, I remember.
Because remember we was at the table and the DJ was killing it, and I was like, damn, he's tearing the place up. And then I was like, yeah. And then I went and took over the mic because I got tired of people talking shit. Because every time they would get Sean to stop playing, and then they would make announcements, and they sounded like this. Please go check out the additional art displays on the other side of the building. There'll be, face painting over there.
Sound like the deacon's wife.
Yeah, I mean, like they was making church announcements. Remember?
Yeah, I just remember that day because that's because George kept going and eating those damn chicken wings and donuts they kept giving out.
Yeah, he was
chicken wings and donuts.
Yeah, that's
together.
It
was like.
I guess the person that they would honor was like that was her favorite thing to eat.
Yeah.
So
Amina Roberts.
Yeah. So that's what they fed everybody was chicken wings and donuts.
At least she'd be happy she wasn't drug addict.
Right. But like everybody would get like a little piece of donut, a little chicken wing. Every time I looked up, George was walking back over to the line.
I eat because I'm depressed, and I'm depressed because I eat.
So I was like, oh, okay. But yeah, I do remember that day. I remember that.
So you remember that? So
it's Saturday, you said.
It's Saturday at 10 a.m. It's from 10 to 4 on Saturday. And I'm going to try to be in the building at least for a little bit. I'm going to come and make a celebrity appearance. I'm going to come in and say hello to, because I got to shout out to him. One of my favorite DJs in the city. I got to come holler at him. Even if I don't talk to nobody else, I'm going to holler at Sean. But when I came in the building and they was making an announcement, I said, hold on, let me hold this for a second. And the dude had the mic, and he didn't want to give it up. He was like, and I kind of snatched it out of his hand, and I said, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the King Arts Center in the heart of Columbus, Ohio. In case you don't know, this place is all about Black history. Please check out our art displays as they are all over the building. And then they looked at me like, wow. And I saw some old lady do this, waving, fanning herself, and I think she left a puddle in the chair. I think she got a little moist.
It was dusty.
I think she got a little moist because I saw her wiggle. She was like, oh, that's moist. I haven't felt that in years.
I ain't felt that since the summer of '76. Randy Watson concert.
I talk about Hercules. But I know it's the voice. I know when I pull out my announcer voice, it does things. So I did that just because I could. Because again, remember, it's my house. When I'm in that building, I'm at home. So it was just funny. And Sean, I saw, because you was with another DJ that day. Who'd you have with you?
I don't even remember who else was there.
But you had another DJ with you, and I remember when I did that, you all started laughing. like he just snatched the mic from homeboy.
That means that bro was boring. But get your ass off this mic.
I pulled a KRS-One on him. In case y'all don't know, KRS-One did that to MC Shan. He just walked up and snatched the mic from MC Shan, and then the BDP crew jumped up.
Nah, that was Prince B from PM Dawn. That was Prince B from PM Dawn.
Yeah, you're right. It was PM Dawn. It was, and then
because he made a comment about him in Details magazine, and KRS-One went to his show, and basically
no, he did it twice. Because the first time he did it was at the Roxy in New York City.
Because basically what he did, he snatched the mic from him, took the DJ's record off the turntable, broke it in half, grabbed Prince B by the seat of his pants, heave-ho, out in the audience. Got on the mic and rocked them. Still number one.
But the first time he did it in New York City. And what they did was they crashed the DJ booth and put on The Bridge Is Over.
The Bridge Is Over.
And you just heard doom, 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 doom. And Shan looked, and the brother looked around, and then KRS-One ran up on stage and snatched the mic.
And see, it's kind of funny because they did a show back here in '87 that I went to, and got backstage courtesy of Mixmaster Ice himself.
That's my dude.
Because I had just met him at that time. So I rode in a limo back in the hotel with UTFO to the hotel, which was the Christopher Inn, which used to be on Broad Street, at next door to the old Kosai on Broad Street.
Yep, when Kosai used to be across the street from Wendy's.
Yeah. So, all of them were there. Shan and BDP were at the same show, but there was no beef.
They squashed that.
Yeah, there was no beef.
They squashed that long before that.
But Chris had the best show out of all of them, and UTFO headline, but it was BDP, Shan, Bismarcky, and Roxanne Shante. Kane was on stage with Biz. He only had one record out at that time, which at that time that was my favorite song. Get into it with something funky and just rhyme with Biz on B-side.
Mm-hmm. Well, right. Kane is a bad boy. He's a badass lyricist. Again, we talking hip hop history for those of you that don't know. You know, some folks out there, all they know is Little Boathead. Yeah, that's why I call him Little Boathead. And I can still tell you the date of that. That was Saturday, September 12th, 1987. See, what's crazy is you remember dates. I'm terrible with dates because back then I smoked a lot of weed and I drank a lot. So I'm terrible with dates. I can tell you about some of the shit that I did back in the day. I remember one of the things that made me love hip hop was going to the Bronx with some of my friends when we wasn't supposed to. We used to take the trains, and we went to the park, and my man Africa Bambaataa was rocking, and you know everybody knows him from Planet Rock, but what they don't know is before that he had the Jazzy Five, Jazzy Sensation. Yeah, and they don't. That song was so hot, you know, back in the city. A lot of folks don't know that. And then he had Planet Patrol, Play at Your Own Risk. They don't know. Nobody don't know that. You know about that?
Planet Patrol?
Yeah, what you know about that, Willie?
Yeah, I know. I seen that shit on VH1.
But I'm just saying. So it's great to have somebody from my generation in the building. See, because these motherfuckers call me the old man around here all the time. But you know what?
Ain't nothing wrong with being an OG. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Exactly.
I'm wrong.
Y'all got two O's in front of your G.
I'll take that on a silver platter.
Hey, you know what?
I'll take that.
We'll accept that. We can accept that because you know what? We still here.
And they both capital too.
Right.
Cool.
And I ran into Ice like a couple weeks ago. We sent a friend home. And Ice was there. I didn't even know he was there until he walked up on me and hugged me. He said, "Dre, you okay?" I looked back. I was like, "Yo, what's up, man? Yeah, I'm good." He's like, I saw you. I just want to make sure you good. Ice still a cool dude. You know, and it's just still funny to me that he lives in Columbus, Ohio now. Because so do I.
Oh yeah, you know when I met him back in '87. It was like 3 weeks before that show. And he actually I was on the radio then. It was a radio station. It was called CTNT. It was a cable radio station. Right. So I'm doing my radio show. And the station was right there on Livingston, right there in the hood. Livingston and Miller, as a matter of fact. Kid Magic Studio is next door to where that radio station was at.
You know that back in the day, he said Livingston and Miller.
It was nice.
No, it wasn't
hood. Nice.
No, it was hood then.
Oh, okay.
It was hood then.
I'm about to say like that.
No, it was hood then. Believe me.
It was more hood then.
Right. So Honey's walking down Livingston. It's summertime, right? We got the window out at the radio station. Some girl come walking down the street. Come in here. Let me holler at you. Right. So we talking blah blah blah. Next thing she's like, well, my cousin's a DJ. I'm like, well, who's your cousin? It's like Mixmaster Ice. I'm like, from UTFO? She's like, yeah, sorry, I can get him up in there in like a half hour. Oh, really? Let me get your number before you leave. Right. She comes back with him. Blew my wig. And I'm like, whoa. I had just bought the Lethal album that weekend. It was brand new. As a matter of fact, he autographed it.
See, the first time I met him, I still lived in New Jersey. One of the brothers from UTFO married a girl who lived on my block. So I met all of them back then. And I never thought to get autographs from anybody because growing up in Jersey City, you see celebrities every other day. I'm in and out of Manhattan every other day. I met Shaka Khan, and my first thought when I met Shaka Khan was, damn, she's little. But she had a fat ass, I ain't gonna lie. Mm-hmm. That's why you hardly ever see a picture of Shaka from behind. Shaka Khan got a fat ass. And Shaka old now, but she's still fine. I ain't gonna lie. If she'd let me squeeze the booty then, I'd have squeezed it.
Shaka was old back then too. To let you know how old you are.
She was old back then. She was all the way grown. The first time she was making a video with the Fat Boys when I met her. You don't know nothing about that, do you?
Fat Boys?
Nah, you don't know.
I remember this
overeating ass niggas.
I remember this picture of her. This was back in '77, And you know how Jet has like the photos of the week.
Beauty of the week.
No, not beauty of the week. The photo of the week.
Yeah, I remember those too.
So it's a picture of her walking through Central Park with some balloons in her hands and looking fine. And Shaka in '77, Shaka Khan was 24. She was 24 then.
Mm-hmm.
So
see, look,
how was you, Drake? 32
in '77.
Yeah.
Shit, no, I was 10. 12. I was 12.
You older than me. I was 10.
Yeah, I was 12 in 77.
I wasn't here.
I know you was still a twinkle in your daddy's eye.
I haven't even got to the twinkle part yet.
I wasn't even the semen yet.
Right. I'm sorry, y'all go back there in your memory lane.
Go ahead, y'all.
Listen, y'all gonna learn something today. You're gonna learn something today, young
some
boy.
Negro spirituals and shit.
Right.
Hey,
tell us about slavery.
I can't go back that far now.
So when Roots got here,
I can tell you about the first when Roots first came on.
Oh yeah,
when Roots first came on. See, I went to Catholic school, so when in my school,
so y'all saw the original version.
Yeah, exactly. So in my school, when I was at that age, there was still some white kids in the school.
That shit was still a documentary.
Yeah, there was still some white kids in the school. Let's just say after we saw Roots, after we saw Kunta Kinte get whooped, none of them white kids went home without some lumps.
Beat down.
Everybody came to school and beat their ass. They was like, but what did I do? Nothing.
You ain't seen that fucking movie? I gotta hit you for that.
This is for Kunta.
Your name is Toby.
Kunta. I mean, man, the first night it came because it came on.
Y'all know y'all saw the premiere.
It came on a Sunday.
We went to school on Monday morning. It was all bad.
It was on.
It was all bad on Monday.
They saw the premiere of Roots.
You goddamn right. It was all bad on Monday. We watched Kunta get whooped till he said his name was Toby. Oh, it was all bad. We was beating people's ass. What's your name? Your name is Toby. The name.
Oh yeah.
It was all bad. All bad. Y'all don't know nothing. See,
they still called off schools when they used to have like public service announcements. You actually be at home watching that shit. Like,
no.
Jesus.
See, kids nowadays are pussies.
Facts.
When I was in school, when I was a kid, and they had that blizzard where the snow was 18 feet deep, we had to walk our ass to school. We ain't riding no bus, and school was not closed.
At that time, you wasn't allowed on it.
What are you talking about?
Oh, damn. See, they be tearing me up around here. Where's Vapor with the Dre so old jokes?
Oh, shit.
But,
did.
But, we went through that shit. We had to go to school. They was like, nah, fuck that. Get your backpack, get your ass to school.
Actually, blizzard of '78, the school was closed. And because I remember
for the first time.
Yeah, I remember like the snow. We was barricaded from the front door. Could not get out the front door. I had to go out the back door with the shovel just to get the snow out.
Yeah, see, I lived in an apartment building, so
yeah, I lived in an apartment
building. And all I did all day was sit home and just play records. I had just got the Parliament out, the one with flashlight. I just got that.
Yeah, that was.
I just got that.
It's still a hot song.
And Heatwave's album, Too Hot to Handle, which was an oxymoron.
Boogie Nights.
Yeah. And
Boogie Nights.
And I had a 45 of LTDs every time I turn around, Back in Love Again.
Back in Love Again. Yeah.
So yeah,
Boogie Nights was that shit.
That's what I was playing I was just playing records all day because we had no school.
Well, we were in school, but half of the teachers wasn't there, so we played records in school because we was playing. I remember we was playing "Shame" by Evelyn Champagne King, and that was when. Shout out to all the ladies from St. Patrick's School in Jersey City because that was when they taught me how to slow dance, and I truly appreciate that. Thank you for letting me put my hands up your skirt. I still love y'all. Oh, I'm the only one.
That was sex back then.
It was. As far as I knew, shit, it was more than I knew.
She was pregnant.
Right.
We didn't even know it. We grinded for 4.5 hours. You pregnant?
No, but that's when I discovered girls. I was like, oh, that's what they smell nice and they so soft. It was a little girl in class. She was like, let me show you how to dance, Dre. I was like, all right. That was when my voice got deep. And I was like, hey, girl, how you doing?
So you had a white van back then, too?
Hey, you know, Dre used to hit the high. And what was that sound the dude used to sing when he used to sing on he used to harmonize on the corner?
Yeah.
It was that boom, 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 boom.
Hey, you know, actually, back then, I ain't gonna lie. Back then, I could sing the falsetto. I still can a little, but back then, you know, I could hit falsetto notes. You know, but now, you know, it's still some of them I could do. You ever listen to Albie Shore?
Yeah.
When he's singing, that's falsetto, but when he talk, his voice deep as mine.
Yeah. You ain't know Dre was one of the original teenagers in Frankie Lyman's group.
See, y'all make jokes. I did. Me and my friends did that in the talent show.
Frankie Lyman?
Yeah, we did.
I love that fucking song.
That was because right in that era, it was like the 70s, and we discovered that doo-wop from the 50s and 60s because we start, you know, going through our parents' records and we start finding those old records. And there's another song, what is it? Ebony Princess. Trying to remember the people that made the record, but it's a real high falsetto in it, and it's called Ebony Princess. And let me tell you, the first time I heard that, I was like, oh, okay. I played that, and it made all the little girls dance with me. I was like, come here, girl, you know you my Ebony Princess. And yeah, boy.
Did your record player have the crank on the side?
Only on Fred Flintstone. No, back then I had a BSR turntable.
Hey boy, fucking play this music.
Did you have the BSRs back in the day?
No, I ain't had those. You know, like the first one that was really in the house. It, had a strobe light on there and everything. You know, it was official turntable, but it was a belt drive.
Yeah.
It was
okay.
A belt drive.
Those are the
Damn, bro, they turntables needed gas. Y'all got old jokes. Stop
they
it.
Be tearing us up.
Hey, stop it.
Look,
let me get two on table one.
Look, when I was a kid, I had one of those. That was the old techniques. The old techniques with the belt drive.
That's where 25 cents would came in handy.
Let me 25 cents on turntable one, please.
That's when they had the old techniques with the belt drive. That was before the 1200 because it was the SLs. It was the SL1s or the BL1s, something like that. And I had one of those. And I had a BSR. Remember the BSR was a turntable, but like if you touched it, it could wobble real hard, and it had a tall spindle in the middle, so you can have automatic play. You don't know nothing about that, do you?
Hell no, I don't.
You stack like 3 records up. Then one it'll drop, play the record. Then when it get to the end, needle move back. Second record come down, play that record. Yeah.
Like how the jukebox machine would do?
Kind of almost.
Yeah.
But it was a BSR automatic turntable. I had that and one.
That was like the original mixtape.
Like my official first record player was a Fisher Price.
Oh, see, the one with batteries, or you had to turn, or
No. I could plug it in. I could plug it in.
Oh,
I didn't even know them niggas made turntables.
Yeah, they did.
But yeah, that was officially how I got started DJing. I'm like 4 years old, right? So I take the thing outside because we had a blacktop driveway, right? So I take the thing outside and I grab a stack of my mama's 45s. I'm just playing records. And next thing I know, my neighbors start getting their roller skates and start skating to what I'm playing. I'm 4 years old. So that's when the DJ bug hit me. But I didn't officially start until I was 16.
See, that's dedication to the game. See, I didn't start in the game till I was around that age too. I was a teenager and I realized the power of the music, and and it got girls. Plus,
I started scratching with the little thing that had the cow, the chicken, all that shit on it, and I pulled the lever
and go move.
That's when I started mixing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, okay.
But what got me into the mixing part, like the first radio station that I worked at, they used to have mix shows on there every day. It's a 4 o'clock mix down for 45 minutes straight, just nonstop mixing. So I wanted the dude's name was Casual Kevin. I wanted to be just like him. And then I tried it at a party, didn't know what I was doing at all. Did not know what I was doing. Didn't know how to like to adjust pitches and whatnot. To, the beat match and all that.
Beat match and all that.
I'm trying to bring records in. They coming in off beat. They looking at me crazy like, what are you doing? Right? But that was like my first experience.
You know what? That's a true DJ story right there.
You remember your first party?
Yeah, I do.
You said it like it was fucking horrible.
It was. It was terrible.
Was it the Last Supper?
Oh.
Jokes.
Yes, I do remember my first party, and yes, it was terrible. But
Jesus christening.
But I got to give a shout out to my mentor, DJ Tony G, who's still out rocking BT Productions. He's still rocking Jersey City. He's from Jersey City. Still rocking all over New Jersey and New York. Like, he would trust me with his actual real 1200s. Back in the day, 1200s, real 1200s. He trusted me with them. He was my DJ mentor. What would happen, people would book him. Well, back in the day, you can't go to the bathroom. I was the roadie. I helped him carry records. I remember we would carry gear. He probably had a lot of money in the gear, but he had these Earthquake subs from Sherwin-Vega. It's a 36-inch subwoofer. It's built on wheels. You really need 4 people to lift this motherfucker up, but the 2 of us would struggle to put this in and out of the van and go wherever we was going.
Was the van white?
No, it wasn't. The van was like a 68 or 69 Dodge A van. And if you don't know what that is, that's those vans that the whole front is flat. So when you're sitting in the van, you can look at the bumper. Honestly, you can look at the bumper because of the way the car is built. The engine actually sits behind you when you're driving it. It was a POS. We'd be driving the van. You always had, I don't care how cold it was, you had to open the window because there was a leak from the engine inside the car. It would fill up with smoke. Yeah, so it would fill up with smoke. And I remember when, like, there was a couple of spots where you could put your foot through the floor in the front passenger seat.
Flat Flintstone, okay, cool.
Yeah, but we would carry thousands of dollars worth of gear in a van that was worth 2 cents all across the state of New Jersey. Uh-oh. We had a great time. And shout out to him. He taught me how to mix and all of that stuff.
Now, who took me to class?
Oh, wait a minute. We got a call. Yo, it's WTMH. This the Buckeye Underground Show. What's your name and where you calling from?
Tacoa Line, VA. I just called to say, hey, man.
Hey, Tacoa.
What's up, Brady?
Hey,
well, look, a couple of my people need to know where to send this music. I got like 50 people trying to send music out to you guys, and they can't.
Oh, okay. Well, listen. We having a problem with our email system right now. That's why you haven't heard a lot of new stuff come out today. But I tell you what, send it to DJ Dre, DJDRE, the number 1, at live.com.
All right, you got it, Brody. Thank you, man.
All right.
All right, no doubt.
And I might not get to play it today, but next week I'll make sure I get those songs on for you.
All right, because one of these upcoming artists is actually might be flown out to Cali to be signed by somebody, and I can't say under contract. So.
Yeah, I get that. We understand.
I'll let you know more about that, no doubt. I'm going to let you get back to what you do.
No. Tacoa, while you on here, oh, shit, Lovely Louise Sweets and Treats just walked in. This is an unexpected surprise. This is my daughter-in-law. But, Tacoa, that track that you sent me that I just listened to, yo, that shit is fire.
Thank you, Brody.
Listen, it's some artists out there, and you one of them. Hey, I'm going to slap Willie Blanco because he's being fat. There's some artists out there that's really doing the damn thing, and you one of them. And I appreciate that, man.
Means a lot.
And I'm going to tell you, I played your stuff at the elementary school for the kids and had the kids rocking on you. So,
lit.
So I just need you to know that. So keep doing what you're doing, bro. I know it always seems like it's dark sometimes, but there's always light at the end of the tunnel.
There's always light at the end of the tunnel, even if you're in the middle of the month.
Exactly.
All right,
when you're in the
middle. All right.
That's much respect. I'm gonna let you go. Thank you.
All right, my brother. Much love. Peace.
All right, brother. Peace and love.
But yo, DJ Dre, let me tell you something. Who really turned the light on?
Let me see that.
I was opening for you. I was helping you out.
You hear me?
Who was it?
When I was at CT&T, we used to get reel-to-reel shows of Rap Attack.
Rap Attack, Mr. Magic Marley
Mr. Magic Marley Marl. We used to get on reel-to-reel. They used to send them to our radio station. So
I was about to say, get a chair, Sammy.
This is what I used to do was I would dub down the reel-to-reels down to a cassette. Go home and study that.
Now Brandon, I know you won't.
I mean, the light came on.
No, look.
For real.
Lovely Louise Sweets and Treats, CEO and head baker right here. Let me see if you can see it. Can you see it? All right, here.
That look like Raymond's head with a towel on it.
Now see, back in the day, I used to listen to Mr. Magic live on WHBI radio in New York, and Mr. Magic was the only outlet for hip hop music back then.
Yeah.
And even in New York, the home of hip hop, he was the only outlet. And we used to stay up until 2 in the morning on Saturday night, 2 a.m. Mr. Magic would come on, and he'd be on from 2 to 4. And then at 4 o'clock in the morning came, because Mr. Magic would do a lot like we do. He would talk, he would interview artists, he would play their song. And then after that would come the mix show. And the mix show was a DJ Jerry Bloodrock. Jerry Bloodrock, if you ever saw this cat, he looked like a plumber. You laugh, I'm serious. Like I don't know, he was like a cross between a plumber and a cowboy. He would show up and he have on some dusty ass overalls and some old beat up work boots and fucking tear the place down. He was a beast on 1200s. A beast. Jerry Bloodrock. I don't know about that. Look it up. I'm sure it's on YouTube somewhere. Yeah.
But to this day, anytime I do a mix, I'm in the mindset that I'm in the studio at WBLS on Rap Attack.
Well, before WBLS, it was WHBI.
Yeah.
When he got to WBLS, that was when his show came on earlier. Like he started coming on during prime times, right? And by that time, rap was getting big. By the time he got on WBLS, Run DMC was out. But prior to that, everything prior to that moment when Run DMC started really hitting, when everything was it was all underground. When people know Andre Harrell. You know Andre Harrell, right?
Dr. Jekyll, Mr.
But you
Hyde.
don't know is that he was Dr. Jekyll and that he was in a rap group called Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. You ain't know that, did you? Probably never heard their records.
Because they were made of stone.
Probably never heard the Funky 4 Plus One More, Fearless 4. When the Fearless 4 did Rockin' It, that was one of the hottest records in the street. It was just crazy.
So the Funky 4 Plus One More, why wouldn't they just be the Funky 5?
Because the Funky 4, because it was 4 dudes, and the one more was a female. MC Shyrock. See,
and they were the first rap group to be on Saturday Night Live. They opened for Blondie. Blondie was out with Rapture back then.
Yeah, Blondie's record Rapture is one of the things that took hip hop mainstream. Oh, that was Willie. I was thinking somebody was calling me.
I was looking up like, why they pop up? Yeah.
So yeah, that was one of the things. That was one of the things that took hip hop mainstream. Was Blondie's record. That and a stupid ass song from Mel Brooks.
At the station.
It's good to be the king.
At the station.
Nobody knows that.
And Sylvia Robinson came back with "It's Good to Be the Queen."
And at that point, that's when rap music started getting played on daytime radio. That's when you started hearing. That was 1979, 1980. That was when you started hearing. That's when Sugar Hill Gang hit with.
So the TV had color back then?
See, when I slap you, everybody's gonna know why. Yes, and I watched Batman in color after school every day, you bastard. Yes.
Batman still said pow.
Bang. Yes, he did.
Like the first
lyricist Batman.
Like the first one I ever heard was Fatback's Kington III.
Yep, that's another one.
That's the very first song. That's the very first rap song I ever heard. And thank you.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't.
And you know, at that time, I didn't know what I was listening to because they used to do live remote broadcasts on the radio here. Like if they were at a club or something, what did you hear at the club? If you hear at the club, you hear on the radio.
Right.
So they came back from a commercial break and they threw that on. And I'm thinking it was the DJ Kirk Bishop just going on a rampage on the mic, and I'm like, okay, will you stop talking so I can hit record?
Right, but not knowing that was the actual record.
And until I heard the same song about 3 days later, I'm like, okay, that's a song. And then a week after that, that's when I heard Rappers Delight.
See, people think, what's really funny is like the first song I ever heard from the Furious Five was Super Rapping. And a lot of folks don't know that record even exists because that was when they were with Enjoy Records before they went to Sugar Hill. And a lot of that record is in the message.
Yeah.
A lot of Super Rapping is in the message. And then there's another song.
A child was born with no state of mind.
Right, and then there's another song that they did that they put the hook into another song later on Sugar Hill, and it was where they start over. Says it was a Friday night, everybody was breaking, the highs were screaming, and the bass was shaking, and it won't be long till everybody's knowing that flashes on the beatbox. Yeah. So when they did the second song, when they did that song on Sugar Hill, they used just that part in another record, and a lot of folks don't know it. We talking hip hop history here, right?
But they probably think it's the same track. But if they don't actually pay attention to it,
they might. Some people might think that.
But like the first song that I really got hip to him was Freedom.
But that was on Sugar Hill.
Yeah, that was on Sugar Hill.
But Freedom had like the hardest break. Dun, 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 with the horns.
Yeah. Freedom's Get Up and Dance.
Right. That. See, y'all don't. And both of them, look, both of you, all of y'all, look, everybody in the studio.
The era of music y'all talking about, cocaine was normal.
Yeah, it was.
You're right.
But not for black folks. Black folks wasn't doing it.
Yeah, they were.
No, they wasn't. It cost too much.
Studio 6,
black folks was doing
Studio
cocaine
54.
54, 64, whatever.
Yeah. We wasn't even getting in that place unless you was a celebrity.
Yeah, they was doing coke.
Only them.
But when Freedom dropped, they came here to Columbus, Flash and Furious 5. They came here to Columbus. They opened for the Barcades, of all people, right? So that was the first time that I saw DJing. That's the first time I saw it like that. And Flash basically did the routine of the Adventures of Grandmaster Flash on the Wheels of Steel live with 3 turntables and 2 mixers. Mm-hmm. It bugged me out. I was like, whatever he's doing, I'm gonna do that.
Now, I'm be honest. I could never recreate that. I could never do it. I'm not the worst DJ in the world, but I could never recreate the way Flash works on the wheels. I mean, I can't. I can't keep up with DJ Jazzy Jeff either. But
he's another one. He came here back in '86 when Girls Ain't Nothing But Trouble came out. That's the only song they had out. They did a show at the fairgrounds, and he had mirrors over his turntables. He did a routine with LL's Rock the Bells,
and he kills.
And when he did that, I quit DJing for a week. I was like, I don't want to do this no more. I was like, no, it's like, no, I can't do that. No, to this day, I can't do that.
Jazzy Jeff doing Peter Piper. He did Peter Piper. It's like, I don't even play that record no more. I really won't. I won't even play the record no more.
And somebody else, man, that blew my wig, man, was Pete Rock when I heard Pete Rock on In Control on BLS.
Pete Rock is a badass boy. Pete Rock, and you know who else is an underrated DJ? Grandmaster D from Houdini. He's underrated. He is an underrated DJ. He is bad as hell. And now he has a DJ school where he teaches the DJ technique to the new generation.
And definitely rest in peace to Jam Master Jay.
Yep. Jay's another badass. And you know what? Out of all of them, he was the worst one out of all of them. He wasn't as good as all those other DJs we just talked about, but he's still a badass DJ.
He was a perfect show DJ because it's like he was on cue every time. It's like if they told him to drop the record, drop it, boom, it's gone.
It's done.
Bring it back in is right there. It's right there on the break. Now, speaking of that, and I just saw this video like about 10 years ago. I saw a video of 45 King.
He's another one.
45 King was DJing with nothing but 45 bass turntables. They only fit 45s. And he's dropping records on the break. He's just putting the needle down and he's needle dropping. That's what they call it. He's needle dropping. Boom. Right there. He's right there on the break. He was cutting up Before I Let Go, Frankie Beverly Mays.
What's crazy about him is I saw him perform once, and he was actually using techniques, but he was rocking 45s, just 45s. Like everybody else carried 12-inch records, he carried 45s. And if you ask him why, he said because 45s cost $1. You could buy a 45 for $1, but the 12-inch was $6. You can get, in some record stores on certain days back in the day, you can get 4 45s for $1.
Mm-hmm.
So you could afford to buy 4 of them. I remember when I first started trying to scratch, and my mom came in, about killed me. Don't you scratch up all my fucking Cooler Gang records, you motherfucker. But yeah, so I'm sorry. We had to go down the lane with one of my favorite DJs in this city, DJ Sean Banks, and we've had some hip hop heavyweights sitting here in this seat, in that very seat where you sit, and I had Mixed Master Ice sit in that chair last year about the same time. So I just want to say thank you for coming out and sharing some of your hip hop history and knowledge with the good folks. Cause see, Willie Blanco is a dope ass artist right now. He got some records out that I like to play. Except he still ain't gave me a clean version of Fight for Ohio. I'm just saying, motherfucker.
I know, my bad.
I still need a clean version because I keep telling. And this is one of the things I'm gonna say this for all the artists out there. When you do a record, I don't want to fuck with your creativity because I think that you should express yourself however you feel most comfortable. However, I can't play it everywhere I go. And there's some dope ass records right now from some of these brand new underground coming up artists that I want to play in spaces that I play in. Now, I don't play a lot of clubs anymore. If I play a club, usually it's a favor for somebody. So I don't get to play a lot of the new music in those spaces. I play more weddings and events now. And it's getting to that season where I get dragged out by about a bunch of different PTAs across Columbus and play for Columbus City school children. So I'm playing in elementary and middle schools, and I can't play Fight for Ohio, which I should be able to play in fucking elementary and middle schools because it's a dope ass record, and fucking Willie Blanco ain't gave me a clean version yet, motherfucker. What?
That's my fault.
Yeah, I know, because I've been telling you this for how long? Since the record dropped, right?
Yes.
Okay, I'm telling every artist right now, when you do your record, whatever song you do, whatever your single is that you think is hot as fuck, if you think it's hotter than fish grease, give me a full DJ pack. That means the original version, an edited version, maybe even an instrumental and an acapella. Those are optional, but at least the original and a clean one. All right, notice I'm looking right at Willie Blanco when I say
and the bio. And a bio.
A bio don't hurt.
Yeah.
A bio don't hurt. Because if I can talk about you while I'm playing your record, that's even cooler.
Facts.
I'm just saying.
The audience to know you.
They all know this right here, though. They know the beard.
The beard.
They know the beard. They know the beard.
They know. Oh, always rep your brand.
Always rep the brand.
Oh, wait a minute. I say that all the
I
time.
was about to say, hey, hang on.
Hey, wait a minute.
You got some on?
You know I do. Wait, we got it while we're here. See this.
Speaking of brands,
this lovely lady just came in here. Lovely Louise Sweets and Treats.
I ain't even one.
Samantha Lofton. She's the owner and head banker right here in Columbus, Ohio. She brought in these lovely treats for us today.
And they good.
And everybody's smashing them. I ain't got one yet because I've been talking too much. But if you need a cake for any occasion, you need cakes or baked goods for any. Oh well, they could learn how to read backwards. Let me see, it's backwards.
They see the emblem. I'm on Facebook.
She's on Facebook. Look it up. Lovely Louise Sweets and Treats.
I'm on Pornhub.
I mean,
He said rep the brand.
Hey, Willie Blanco said he's on Pornhub, so check him out. Support him. He said he's still trying to get at Pinky. He's trying to get that.
Hell no.
He's trying to get a Pinky contract.
She ate Pinky.
He's still trying to get a Pinky contract.
Fuck that. Pinky like she ate Pinky.
Like she ate Pinky.
Yeah, I'll show you that picture.
That was really her?
Yes, bro. She was in the gym like, trying to sit up. Oh my god.
Oh goodness. See, always rep the brand. DJ Dre, in case you didn't know. DJ Dre, always got to rep the brand. Always rep your brand. If you don't rep nobody else's brand, rep your own. Because Run DMC said it a long time ago. They said Calvin Klein is no friend of mine. I don't need nobody's name on my behind. And when they said that, my thought was the only name I don't need to wear is mine. Fuck everybody else.
Pretty much.
That it is.
And fuck you if your brand is Trump brand.
But they basically repped Adidas for free.
No, they didn't. They got paid.
I mean, during the beginning.
Oh, in the beginning.
You got to do something from the beginning.
Well, they did get that. They did get paid though, and
eventually.
But they had to brand their style though. Adidas was their style.
It was B-boy. It was B-boy. They see prior to them.
That style was popping kind of before then.
Yeah. Right, that style was popping before
that. But the no lace thing and the different little things that they did to make it their own was what set it off.
Yeah, right. Well, again, that was popping too. Yeah, if you was there, you'd have seen it. I mean, even before
you was.
I was there.
So tell us, please tell us.
I was there. That's right, I was there. You young whippersnappers don't know shit.
Here, young blood.
Fresh Fest '85.
Y'all young whippersnappers don't know shit. I remember back in 1985 when I went to the Budweiser Superfest and seeing Rick James singing, before he was Rick James, bitch, when he was singing on the stage and threw reefers into the crowd.
That's why he got banned from Columbus. He came here in '79 and did that. They do not come back here no more. He never.
Only y'all two know that story.
Right.
Everyone else at that concert is no longer here.
This is when Bustin' Out was out. Bustin' Out was out there.
Not like Alzheimer's can't remember shit.
Oh, see, y'all think y'all funny. Funny like a crutch.
Hey, I never heard nobody else talk about Rick James was banned from Columbus.
I didn't know they came to Columbus.
That's why y'all didn't know.
It was a summer of '61.
Now see, I saw him at the Budweiser Superfest in the old Giant Stadium, and I was there. And he came out, he came out smoking a joint, and he said, "These motherfuckers said that I can't smoke in New Jersey. Fuck these motherfuckers. Let's see how they like this shit."
Dre was Rick James' road manager,
and he handed the joint to a motherfucker that was standing next to him. The whole time, the Mary Jane girls behind him going, "Do do do, Mary Jane."
I'm in love with.
No, they was just singing the backup, and the band was playing, and Rick James was talking shit. Then he went behind the drummer and pulled this shit out. He had a bag.
It was line off the drum set.
It was full of rolled joints, and he just started throwing them shits in the crowd. And the Mary Jane girls was in the back singing, "Do do do, Mary Jane." That shit was dope, boy.
That's how I picture heaven when I get there. Rick James was throwing weed at me like.
Yeah, boy, I'm telling you, it was a dope ass concert. He was the closing
Angels was
act.
back there like Mary Jane.
I didn't go to the show, but I heard about it. It was at the Vets. It was in '79, and he did that same exact thing, and they banned him from coming here, and he never came back here.
But in our defense, when he did it at Giant Stadium, it was outdoors, So, Frankie Beverly and Mays was on that show. Man, it was a big ass show, Budweiser Superfest. They don't do that no more, because you don't have those big bands, those big, nobody's got that kind of pull right now, except maybe Drake and Justin Bieber.
Bieber's gonna be here, and I'm going.
The Bieber coming?
Fuck yeah, I'm going.
I saw him on TV the other day.
His little pink hair having ass?
No, he was blonde.
No, it's pink.
But Justin Bieber looked like a 60-year-old man.
Man, you saw the Olsen twins?
Yeah.
Fuck, the Olsen twins look bad.
Oh yeah.
They showed the Olsen twins, and then
Tia
sister. They was like, and the Olsen twins are younger.
way younger.
And they look like full-blown meth addicts.
Yep.
You see their other sister? Oh, she's bad.
I didn't know she had another meth sister. I mean, another sister.
She is beautiful. The other Olsen twin that don't do drugs or nothing.
But she's not a twin. She's like an older or younger.
She's a younger sister. You seen Avengers, right?
Yeah, of course.
Scarlet Witch. That's their sister.
Get the fuck out.
That's their sister? Really?
That's her.
Yeah, that's their sister.
Wow.
That's their younger sister.
Beautiful. I got a woman crush on her.
I got a grown-ass man crush on her. Look.
Yeah, that's their younger sister.
I mean, who wouldn't want to scissor with an Avenger?
Oh, you can sit You can sit it the other night. Well, we need you to tell everybody about how they can get in touch with you and get these lovely Louise sweets and treats. So I'm gonna need you to sit over there and take that other seat so you can take the mic and talk to the people.
Just kidding.
Find her on Black Planet.
I'm married.
She a married woman.
Black Planet? Remember? It was like that was before MySpace. That was the shit.
You didn't have to be married.
Listen, Black Planet was the shit because you could add music, videos, all type of shit to your screens. Like on your screen, you click on your name, it'd be music pop off, and you could have like money falling down your screen.
You could do that on MySpace. Yeah, but I don't remember doing that. I don't remember Black Planet.
Really?
I've never been on Black Planet.
That's the one thing you don't remember from
I've never been on it. Never been on it.
I'm not even.
Dre still got dial-up.
Huh?
I said I'm not even black and I've been on Black.
Because
That's how you found his son.
Hey.
might be found my son. I don't know.
No, I was really like a normal person, and I didn't meet him on social media. I actually met him like in a social setting, like face to face, first time ever.
Oh, see, I don't know this story. I really don't.
You really don't? Oh
No.
my gosh.
It was a protest.
Yeah, sure. Protest. No,
Well,
actually,
you know, there's headphones over there too.
Oh, now I gotta
So
listen to myself. No, I'm just kidding. No, like he was at a house party and they ran out of beer. So we went to my cousin's house in which I was there, and that's how we met.
Oh, so he went on a beer run,
Yeah.
and you happened to be at the end of the beer run.
Yeah.
So he was chasing the rainbow, and you was his pot of
And
gold.
guess what?
Huh?
But guess what? I was the one that was like, he was friends with my cousin. Hey, give your boy my number, and then I waited,
And
that's it.
how long did you wait?
Till you needed a co-signer?
No, matter of fact, 2 weeks.
Oh, okay. That sounds like my boy. That's my boy. Keep him waiting, big boy. That's how we do. What's up, Cal? That's how we do.
Let me see about this white girl.
Yep.
I did the same fucking thing. I ain't gonna be able to afford this house by myself. Who got good credit?
No, that's what you did, but I'm just saying, we keep them waiting. You know, when you tall, dark, and handsome, you gotta make them chase you.
Yeah.
Long as she cash up in that 40, I'm
That's
over
my
her
wife.
house.
That's my wife. That's my wife. That's my wife. We met. We was cool. I tried to not call her for. I didn't call her for a couple days.
Is it still weird to do
and
that?
then she called me back.
Like if you see, like I'm my generation, like I've never like in the last like 5 years, I have asked for a phone number. Yo, you got social media? Yeah. Add me.
Yeah, that's really.
It get weird when you text me and I don't want to text back, and you can see that I opened it. So these social media I could look like, oh, what she said?
Get an Android.
I got one.
Like a second phone. That way they can't tell that you read it. Oh, okay. 2 phones. Okay, Kevin.
I got 2.
Whole 10 with her today. She sold the nigga to jail.
Well,
listen,
shit.
when I did his laugh one time, niggas lost their mind. Like, bro, you listen to his music way too much. Like, I don't know. We was talking. I was like, I'm motherfucking gonna. They was like, you don't listen to that nigga no more, bro. I had a kufi on and everything.
Ooh.
My home brother. You cannot speak out walking around speaking to people like that in such a manner.
I am sorry, brother. In my country, it is normal for me to walk up and hug their wife while he is next to them. I cannot help it. I do not wear pants, and she is mad.
My home brother.
I'm one of those crazy wives.
You are very inappropriate, my home brother.
I am.
But that is why we like you around here.
I will send Sister Nancy a nude right now. She will see everything she has seen since 44.
See, you see what I put up with around here, Sean? You see?
I see.
Hey, listen, this is the Buckeye Underground Show, WTMH Radio. Welcome to my hood radio where the hood is worldwide. We back on the air. As always, you know, we don't go away. We stay in your inbox. We everywhere. Oh, shit, we are in overtime.
Don't know.
You know, we go, it's the Buckeye Underground Show. You know, we start at 4. We go home whenever we feel like
fucking
it.
President is on the other side of us. If he ain't ready to go, we ain't gotta go.
I ain't say we had to.
That's true.
I ain't say we had to. So I'm before we break up out of here, I gotta ask everybody their social media. We're gonna talk about how everybody can get in touch with you. Brandon, we're gonna start off with the president of WTMH Radio, because I've had some folks hit me up and ask me, what can we do to get on WTMH? And I think I dropped them your number in their inbox, and then I didn't call you to tell you I did it. But
stranger dangers and shit.
Well, nobody's called me about a show, so
all right, so
they ain't called. So
you sure they didn't text?
No, ain't nobody text me. But I don't know.
Did she send you like pictures of her boobs or something? She maybe that's the reason she asked. I don't know. But
I would have told you I got that. But anyway.
Oh, okay. I'm just asking. But so Brandon, real quick, tell people what they could do to get a show here on WTMH Radio.
Basically hit up either me, George, or Raven. Truly hit up me, because you hit up George, you hit up Raven, it's gonna sing to me anyway. So you can hit up me on Facebook under my name, Brandon Jenkins, and just ask for a show. The show started at 150, and we go from there.
See, it's just that easy to get here on the radio at WTMH Radio and use all of the platforms available to you here, and you can monetize your show any way you want to. Ain't that right, Willie Blanco?
Yes, sir, you can.
So you get your money up, come on and get on here at WTMH.
You can spend 2 hours talking about nothing.
Yeah, you really can.
You can if that's what you want.
You paying your rent? Talk what the fuck about what you want.
You can talk about how our president is an orange megalomaniac.
I was about to say he black. We talking about
the president?
No, the USA president.
The president of the United States is an orange megalomaniac who has thin skin and can't take it when people around him tell the truth. That's why he fired the Vindman brothers, even though one of them ain't have shit to do with none of the stuff that went down in impeachment. Okay, so I had to get that off.
He was
my
like
chest.
a Rugrats character.
Yeah, that's what I thought too.
Or like a Simpsons character, just that weird colored skin, like
who? Oh,
Trump.
Yeah, I saw a picture of him the other day on the internet. He got caught in the wind and his hair was blown.
It was
back.
like a whole different color right there.
Yeah.
Like, yo, who is an imposter? It's not even a real dude.
It looked like he was wearing a mask.
He is of makeup.
What if he's like one of those aliens from like Men in Black? You could just pull it off. I'm just saying.
He's a transformer.
Yeah, or something.
What if he's one of those aliens what was the one that had a little dude inside of him?
Oh.
And then there's that movie with Eddie Murphy. He was a bunch of aliens in one suit, to the Eddie Murphy's man suit.
What's the name of that movie? I know what you're talking about too.
So all right, so we got Samantha in here. You know, she's the brains and the beauty behind Lovely Louise Sweets and Treats. Samantha, tell the people what you do and how to get in touch with you.
Well, I make all kinds of baked goods. That's cakes, cupcakes, pies, cookies, anything you want for an event, or just if you want to give something to your friends. You can look me up on Facebook at Lovely Louise Sweets and Treats, and you can call me at 614-483-3274, and you can just leave a message if I don't answer the phone. I'm really bad about it.
Right, and well, see, I don't give out my phone number on air.
I'm okay.
I don't know why. It's on over the fucking internet.
I don't answer it anyway.
She will roofie the cupcakes.
I will. Watch out.
I feel woozy
I'm just
right
kidding.
now.
That might be the sugar.
No, that's alcohol.
Oh.
I like the chocolate covered cherries though.
Oh yes.
Oh yeah, that was the bomb.
Oh,
you know what? To be honest, I don't like cherries.
I don't like cherries.
So I haven't even tasted it.
They're delicious.
Because my mom, when I was younger, she used to feed me the Luden like cherry cough drops.
And that turns you off the cherries?
Yes.
Those
she
don't
told
even
taste she told me that they were candy, so I was just like, okay.
She's got a pocket full of
So she gave me candy.
Those don't even taste like cherries.
No. I promise they are.
Okay. Let them call you back.
Yeah.
Well, thank you again for the treat. You really gotta stop this because I'm trying to lose weight. I gotta get back on my bicycle. Sitting next to you.
She got wood wheels.
Actually, I have two bikes. I have a giant bicycle and I have a Specialized, and they're both dope as fuck.
Why is the Specialized come with a handicap sticker?
Actually, no. My Specialized is a comfort bike, so when you ride it, it's built for comfort, not for speed. It's real cool.
For the record, I've been to his house. He has more than 2 bikes.
I know he got more than 2 bikes.
Everybody knows he has more than 2 bikes. I don't believe that shit.
Yeah, everybody knows that.
News exposed that when he said, this nigga is 1 paper clip away from fucking hoarders.
And it runs in the family.
I hate y'all. Y'all lucky. See, if this is how your friends treat
I was with it.
We about to call American Pickers to go to Dre house.
I was with it when he got 4 random bikes in one day. That day at the park.
I would have stopped him there.
In the park. Yeah. And the lady wanted to beat me up.
Yeah, the lady. It was a drawing for bikes. And I somehow, some way, he won like 3 bikes that day. I won them. Like 3 more bikes.
What's different if you win them?
I won them. But this lady was ready to fight him over the bike. Talk about
it's rigged.
No, because it was a girl bike. She was like, "How dare you? You don't even have a girl." Because I was there with my son. Just like, what are you talking about? Well, you get a bike. And I had all my tickets in to get that bike. I said, well, sorry about your luck, but it's mine. I put it in my van.
Little does she know he has 2 granddaughters.
Thank you. That's what I told her.
One of them being mine. So.
That's what I told her after when she was all up in my face. My wife was like, I'm about to smack this bitch. I'm like, baby, you from the suburbs. Stop. I had to tell her, baby, you from the suburbs. Chill out. All right, so next is lovely Louise. Samantha from Lovely Louise Sweets and Treats. We got Columbus legendary DJ, one of the brothers who was rocking hip hop when hip hop first came to town. My brother, my friend, DJ Sean Banks. Tell them where you gonna be this week and how they can get in touch with you to book you for a gig.
Okay. Friday nights I'm at Rosie O'Grady's. That's each and every Friday nights. That's Rosie O'Grady's right here in Columbus, Ohio, corner of Morse Road and Cleveland Avenue. Saturday I will be at the Amina Robinson Day at the King's Arts Complex. So make sure that you come through and check that out. I can be found on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and Mixcloud too, at DJ Sean Banks. That's DJ SEANBANKS. So, make sure that you hit me up. I got my mixes on Mixcloud, so if you want to hear something, boom, I got flavor for days for you. And, you can always catch me on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. That's at DJ Sean Banks, DJ SEANBANKS. And of course, you can reach me. I will give out my phone number because I'm trying to get some more work. All right.
Hey, I feel you.
614-390-0610. So make sure if you need for me to rock a set for you, and just hit me up. Let me know what you want.
There you go. So and now we got Willie Blanco.
What's poppin'? You already know this your boy Willie Blanco, man. Find me on everything, man. Willie Blanco _ everything, man.
That's
everything.
But he blew it. You blew it.
What, I gotta sing the shit?
Hey, Brandon, you see where he
blew it? My phone number?
He blew it. You know where you blew it? You forgot to say they supposed to check you out each and every Tuesday at noon on the Bald and Bearded Show right here on WTMH Radio. That's where you blew it, Willie. That's where you blew it. See, I had to come in and save you that time.
You can also catch me singing each and every Sunday at Sister Mary Clarence's gospel shows.
That can't be good because I've heard you sing.
See, that was cheating. Yo, you waited till I was like 17 shots into Hennessy. He was like, "Come on, Will, sing."
No. Yeah, we was kind of drunk that night.
What? And I had just smoked out on the patio, and then you playing some shit I gotta sing. Oh man.
And Willie was like, ah! It was funny as hell.
Listen,
I should have recorded it.
Once the mic turned on, I said, "Well, I might as well go through it."
I should have recorded it. If I hadn't been drinking, I would have recorded it.
Ain't no backing down now.
It was funny though. It was funny. We had a good time though. We did have a good time.
We did, and then you stopped messing with them.
Well,
Oh, that's that down.
Yeah.
Okay. Damn, y'all used to name down, Greg.
But we had a good time. We had
not like she listens. So.
We listen. It was a good time while it lasted. But
like Dre said, each and every Tuesday morning from noon to 2, me and Make Moves, Bald and Bearded Show, man, it's going down. Next week it's gonna be crazy.
It was crazy today.
Yeah, next week this room gonna be full.
These fools was talking about what you want for Valentine's Day. And then,
what do guys want for Valentine's Day? I feel like listen. I feel like Valentine's Day is such.
I want a PlayStation
female
accessories.
Well, I'm just saying. Yeah,
Exactly.
I need to get my husband like a pro controller. Like,
okay,
No, get him what I got. A goddamn hard drive.
ooh.
I got a hard drive for my PlayStation and I lost it. Because now every game, because right now PlayStation, you go home and have like 2-3 games on it max. I have like 12 games on my hard drive right now. And I can play them anytime I want.
Ooh, okay.
It's awesome.
You got the wheels rolling.
And it's like $90.
Hey, I'm cool. My husband works it.
It's cheap.
He's not a cheap person.
No,
He's just
man,
a very
that's
hard
cheap.
person to shop for, and I think a lot of the time
he is hard to shop for.
He
Your
is.
husband is hard to shop for. Her husband is my son, so he is hard to shop for.
Buy him a bike then.
Supposedly.
Not the 10-year-old he was talking about.
But
The 30-year-old.
Well, if this is something, buy him a bike. That seems to run in the family.
Oh my God.
I tried to get him on a bike, and he was like, "No, Dad." I was like, "Why not?" He said, "I'm working on this."
Yeah, he's got like a dad bod going on. I don't.
So just
have
buy him a
problem
bike with
it.
pegs so he feels cooler.
Ooh, so I can ride on the back of it.
Yep.
He actually has one.
With pegs.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, he does. He actually has the one that I gave him when he still has it.
I'm about to say if he still does that now, he sells weed.
No.
What, ride?
Anybody has a bike with pegs on it right now sells weed.
Anybody?
It's like in storage. It's not being
Hey
used.
man, you so right about that too.
Anybody man rides up on a bike with pegs on it?
I know a couple cats.
With a partner that like jumps off the back and like runs it in for you.
2 for $5 purple tops.
Got it.
He on a peg holding on with one arm, selling weed at the other hand.
Really?
Delivering it like the newspaper.
Hey yo, I just thought about this. Let me cut in for a minute.
You're
It has nothing to do with the subject in hand and whatnot. But shout outs to Buster Douglas. 30 years ago today, he shook the world.
Beat Mike Tyson's ass.
He
Listen.
shook
Oh my
the
gosh.
world.
How could I
Having lunch
forget?
with him, having lunch with Buster is when I say some of the funniest moments of my life. My cousin's a pro boxer. He fights for John Johnson. John Johnson and Buster obviously are who they are. So we went to this restaurant. It was completely closed. They opened it for just us. It's me, Buster, John, a couple other boxers. And I asked him about this moment right there. I said, what did it feel like? He said, I don't fucking know. I said, what? It's the biggest moment of your life. You don't remember what you felt like? He was like, no. He was like, my head hurt so much. He was like, that punch, he said, I just threw it. He said, I threw it. And it hit. And when I saw him drop, I was relieved as fuck because my head hurt.
Damn.
Wow.
And all he could talk about was bitches. Our whole lunch, we talked about bitches.
Well, I met Buster recently. I was at Roosters right here on 161, and he was getting a takeout order. And so I was standing in line behind him doing the same thing. So he was standing there, and it was like nobody was paying attention to him. And I was like, hey, Mr. Douglas. I called him Mr. Douglas and got his attention. He turned around. He's like, huh? And I was like, man, thank you for beating Mike Tyson's ass. And he just started laughing. He said, man, you cool as hell. And he said, I was like, he turned around like I was going to ask him for an autograph. I've never asked anyone for an autograph ever in my life. And so
I tried to. I couldn't talk. It was Jeter.
I've never asked anyone.
I couldn't talk. I was a grown-ass man. The words couldn't come out my face. Like,
As much as you wanted
Derek
it.
Jeter is standing in front of me, and I'm like,
Like a cartoon character.
that was it. And he tipped his hat and walked off, and then he got like fucking 50 miles away from me. I was like, Jeter!
Then you can say it. Well, yeah, but it was just funny because he said, man, he said you funny as hell. Like something like that. And he started walking off, and I was like, man, thank you. He started, man, you crazy. He started going away, and so the girls that were standing there checking us out, girl was like, who was that guy you were talking about? It's like, you don't know who that is?
She was fucking 12.
And he don't exactly look the same he did 30 years ago. He's a bigger guy now.
He looks like
Yeah,
he could be
he
your
still
pop.
got the,
He look like he could be
Buckeye
Bee's
thing.
pops.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
He still got the same face.
Yeah.
But that's
face
30,
has
that's,
not changed.
that's 30 years ago. Unless you're really a big sport nut, you may not know who he was.
If you put a
Especially
glove up
probably
to like
the
his
girls
forehead,
that
then
Yeah.
you might be like,
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Like, I know what you're saying. Like, you should remember, but it's one of those things where it's so long ago now. It's like, unless you're really a big fan. Now, for me, growing up in the Terrace, where he's from, we had his mom rec center and all that, so we saw him on a regular basis.
Yeah, because he came back and
he came back all the time.
But he had, having him,
that out, he was in the corner. We was sparring. I was sparring this dude, and he was in the corner behind me, and he was telling me all types of little shit to do. That shit right there was like a memory for me to keep. Like I was like, bro, I have Buster.
Right, yeah.
He was like, look, throw the jab, go low, and I was like, all right, did that shit, hit him, boom. I was like, oh shit, hey, listen to this motherfucker.
Yeah, that was. I forgot that was 30 years ago.
Hey, Dre, it looked like there's a stranger in your camera. It looked like there's a stranger danger in your camera watching us. and Dre, your camera, Dre, like in your phone.
Oh, shit. But the beauty was I got.
We got sweet baby Tay in the back.
I got the DJ party. I got the DJ party for Buster back in '89. It was the year before the fight.
Okay.
It was at his aunt's house over on 4th and Cleveland.
What's up, Tay? How you doing?
And I ain't never been that drunk in my life.
Well, I'm gonna tell you, he was a cool dude when I met him. I've only met him twice. That was the last time I met him. The first time I met him was probably in the late 90s. But again, just running into him randomly in Columbus. I was at a rec center he was just happened to be there. Like he was leaving or coming in, and I was leaving or coming in. It was like one of those type of things, But he's that guy who still gave back. He came back and gave back to the community, and to me, that's what makes him a hero because it's not just what he did in the ring; it's everything he's done.
Only reason William King was still standing because he kept donating money.
Right, it's everything. It's everything he's done outside of the ring.
I mean, straight up good people. Straight up.
Yeah, he's a good dude. So, shout out to you, Buster. I still remember, and thank you for beating Mike Tyson's ass. Now, I'm only going to say that when Mike Tyson ain't next to me, though. Because I am not going to take a hit from that dude.
Come on, Dre. Why you talking about me, Dre? Why you talking about me,
Boom! I'm not going to take a hit. But I'll say that when Mike ain't
running right now. He ain't going to catch me on foot.
Nah, I'll keep running, too.
You better keep running till you get to Alaska.
You seen his ass on that damn hoverboard? He broke his motherfucking hip trying to be young. Mike Tyson, he ain't catching me.
Oh, you think so, huh?
Hell nah. I'll run to Mike Tyson right now. Easy.
Well, all I know is the motherfucker got a tiger. I'm not fucking with nobody that plays with tigers.
He is the whitest black person on earth.
You got to be crazy to have a tiger. I'm not fucking with you. You got a tiger at your house.
Your dog too big, I ain't.
You know he feeds tiger.
I'm sorry.
He fed that tiger cocaine before.
He probably fed that. Yeah, that was her name. He probably he said, "I'm not gonna get another charge. Eat this bitch."
Walked into the tiger like, the tiger lost his fucking mind, ate the whole person.
Bones and all. Okay, I gotta stop. This shit is not funny. That shit ain't funny. That wasn't funny. Something I didn't get to talk about. That's what I was gonna talk about today. And it's a serious matter.
Prohibition.
No. Prohibition is. I don't know anything about that.
Boston Tea Party.
You gonna get in there?
I'm a Boston.
Way back. And that's family. Damn. Okay, so no, it was the thing I wanted to talk.
Explains why you always bringing tea.
Boom.
I do like tea, that reminds me. You want a tea, Sean?
Sure.
We always do tea around here.
You got a cupcake and tea.
Pass the tea, like they used to say.
Hey, exactly. So,
to a reverend, this nigga Law said it's a pass the tea now.
There's two things I got to talk about. Number one is I need everybody to register and vote. We're running out of time for registration so you can vote in the 2020 election. So please, please, please go to your local library or the Board of Elections and vote. And register to vote. If you moved, go change your address so that you can still vote in 2020. And the reason we need to do that is because the Orange Menace in the White House, although I talked about him terribly earlier, he's still a fucking asshole. But the Orange Menace, and I'm not scared to say it, fuck him. Fuck him and his mama. The Orange Menace has, these people keep saying, promises made, promises kept. Y'all are some dumb motherfuckers. I'ma just tell all of y'all are dumb. But he said that he would never touch Social Security or disability benefits. His current budget makes dramatic cuts to disability, Medicaid, food stamps, education, all the things that have made America great through all these years, made America the place that people wanted to come to. He's cutting all of that. But what he is spending money on is the military, and I think soldiers should get paid well because
wall
and the wall. That's really where he's putting money, and that's where he wants to put money. Now I pray that these bills don't get passed, but who knows? They let that motherfucker off, and he did crimes right in front of your face.
Not doing a good job. The fucking wind blew the wall over. So
and it blew it into Mexico.
So if I was Mexico, I'd sue them for littering. Like, look, nigga, y'all done dropped half a wall in this bitch. I want to check.
See, the reason that shit fell down is because he didn't hire no Mexicans to build it. They'd have built that shit. It lasts forever.
See, Mexicans would have built a door. They motherfuckers was like, oh, they want us to build it? Cool. That motherfucker have a whole door panel that you don't even know about. You push 2 buttons and the motherfucker slide open. They be walking back and forth.
Stones.
You don't understand. Right now, there are sections of the wall that they had when they built them. They had to build them with floodgates. So at the bottom of the fucking wall, you ain't even got to climb the motherfucker. You just slide the shit open and walk under it. It's just, and you walk because it's a floodgate, so it's tall as fuck.
And Mexicans are already good at making tunnels in the first place.
Exactly.
Niggas can build a whole apartment complex in a week. You think they can't get over this fucking wall?
Exactly.
Listen, I'm not trying to be racist, but when I got my new roof, the Mexican dudes came to my house at 6 o'clock in the morning.
They was done by noon.
1 o'clock.
Yeah.
And they had good music, they had beers, and they had tools.
They did. They had beer. They had plenty of beer. What was fucked up though? They was trying. Trying
to hide them?
No, yeah. One of the dude was trying to hide them, but he had no ice in his cooler. I looked in his cooler. I was like, dude, I got you. I went to the store, came back, iced them up. He was like, oh, amigo. I was like, you did good for me,
Don't
homie.
fall off.
I got. I'm good for you. You know,
they didn't have the job done. It
That's
be
the
cleaned
Modelo
up.
virus.
Yeah,
they had the job done quick.
It
was cleaned up. Everything was done by 1 o'clock. My cars was back in the driveway. I'm just saying that's really.
They didn't hire one inspector though. listen. I do it right now, but if we call inspectors, it's gonna take 2 weeks.
Right. Well, it did take 2 weeks because the inspectors came first. But yeah,
just do it. Just go.
And
ahead
then after it was done, the inspector came like a week later. But it was all right. Everything was they did a perfect job, and so. It amazes me when people say, "Oh, the lazy Mexicans, man, they the hardest working motherfuckers in America."
They have some.
I ain't never seen one.
Shit, go next door. Go next door. You'll fucking find a bunch of them on Friday and Sundays. There's a bunch of them in there. They're about this big. Their pants are about this long, and they got on work boots still.
But that's on Friday and Sunday. But the rest of the days, those motherfuckers be working hard. Everybody
I used to live next door to some lazy Mexicans.
I ain't never met a lazy Mexican in my life, and I met a lot of Mexicans.
I have. They're out there. But everybody has
that one lazy uncle.
You know,
that one lazy uncle.
Yeah, lazy part of their culture. Like, oh, yeah, those motherfuckers over there, I don't fuck with. Cause, you know, they don't
because every Mexican I ever met been a hard-working motherfucker. Every one of them I met.
Any hard-working Mexican got 1 or 2 on. He either got those black pants with the white stripes in it. You know he works in the kitchen somewhere. Or he got a tool belt.
Yeah.
One of those two gonna give you indication he gonna work his ass off. If he got clean shoes on, nigga ain't gonna work hard.
And if he got clean shoes on, it's 1 or 2 things. He going to dance on Friday, or he going to church on Sunday.
Or he sell coke.
Oh, that could be.
Mexicans don't sell weed. They either got some heroin or some coke for you.
I ain't never met him. Again, I guess the only Mexicans I ever met was the hard-working ones. So... You know,
he's not telling no lies.
Listen, I saved one time. I saved one from getting jumped. He was getting jumped. I came out there because I don't like the jumping shit. Like, if you want to fight one-on-one, call it the fucking day. He was getting jumped. Hit dude. He dropped. 2 weeks later, he comes back. He gives me something about this wide, about that wide, right? So here, that's for you.
About as big as 2 cell phones together.
2 big ass cell phones.
He's like, that's pure heroin. I said, You gave me some weed, that'd been cool. You could have gave me some coke. I could sell some coke. I don't have. Who the fuck am I gonna sell heroin to?
Kill somebody.
And he like pure. He said pure heroin. I said, bruh.
You would have been on news.
I said,
really can't get away with that shit.
Oh, what? I kept it though. Straight went out west. But
yeah.
Straight went to the west side. Took it to my cousin. Like, hey, what I do with this? He was like, Come back in 2 weeks. I got you.
He was like, I know a Mexican dude.
Sold it right back to himself. He was like, listen, come back in 2 weeks. I have some money for you.
See, y'all ain't right. Y'all ain't right. This is what I put up with around here at WTMH, this unprofessionalism. But listen, thank you for tuning in to the Buckeye Underground Show. We'll see you all next week right here on WTMH Radio at 4 p.m. until ever we go home. Shout out to all my guests today. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you to everybody who came through. Shout out to Brandon Killer B for coming in and running the boards and saving me some aggravation. Shout out to lovely Louise Sweets and Treats for coming in, bringing us all a sweet treat that we could all eat.
Whoa.
Wait a minute, that don't sound right.
Yeah.
Wow. That did not sound right. Okay, well,
your son better call up here like, what?
Thanks for the Actually, my son is watching the show. He's always watching the show. So thanks for the cupcakes. Shout out to my man, the legendary DJ Sean Banks, for coming in here and giving some lessons into the insight of hip hop here in Columbus, Ohio. Columbus has been growing with hip hop since hip hop been growing. And
not just hip hop to the history in general.
History of life.
And music.
He said Rick James got kicked out of Columbus. I said, who the what?
And I'm Rick James, baby. You know what?
Fuck your couch, nigga.
I had one of those moments where someone said, actually, it happened today. I had to go down to the city today to handle some business, and I'm walking through the building, and this lady says to me, she walks up to me, she says, don't I know you? I know you from somewhere. And I started laughing because I wanted to say, I'm DJ Dre, bitch. But I couldn't do it though, because you know.
Try to use the DJ on Do the Right Thing.
Senor Mr. Love Daddy.
All right, and shout out to my man Willie Blanco for coming in and staying with us this afternoon, even though he did his show at noon. I appreciate you, Willie. Thanks for hanging out with your boy.
Appreciate it, brother.
And what the fuck?
Couldn't even wait to get offline.
Right. Shout out to everybody. Thank you all for tuning in. We'll see y'all next week. Love, peace, and deep.
Wrap it up.
Love, peace, and afro. We'll see y'all next week.
Peace.